you know we gon' talk about it. Let's talk about it. Get in here, we in here tonight. So get in here, we in here to vibe. Like and subscribe. Get in here, we in here tonight. So get in here, we in here to vibe. More spilling all the tea, coming to you live each day of the week. Come on, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. What you waiting for? Come and take a seat. Like and subscribe, this is where you wanna be. Cause you know we gon' talk about it. Let's talk about it. Get in here, we in here tonight. So get in here, we in here to vibe.
Hey y'all, let me know if y'all can hear me. I know mostly everybody is still sleeping. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Hey everybody, good morning. This my night shift workers right here. She said, "Hey y'all, I popped in so quick when I saw this notification." Hey Belinda, what y'all doing? Up working nights, working nights. Shoot, I was asleep pretty much all day. She said, "Yep, not the night shift." Are you not the night shift? What is that? 9 to 5, then street walking. Oh my goodness, the name. 9 to 5, then street walking. Hey Courtney, are you on the road, girl? She said, I'm getting ready to go into the VA this early. It's 2:56, so 3:56. What time you gotta be at work? At 5? That's early. That's very early. Hey, Miss Gloria. She said, good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I've been asleep because baby. Hey, Glenn. Hey, big sis Glenn. Baby, the body was like, K. Sean said, I'm up working. She said, I'm getting sleepy now. I was watching Ja movie on Amazon Prime. Oh, you were? I was asleep. She said, I'm coming up. I'm up coming out my locks. You coming out your locks? Can you do that? You're combing out your locks? So I got off late. I had to do inventory. Oh, you did, Ashley? Hey, Ashley, I haven't seen you in a minute. So, y'all, I have been knocked out. Seriously, like on and off, basically. Tried to watch a movie with Jay and ended up watching my eyelids, watching the back of my eyelids. I was tired. So I just not too long ago drunk some coffee. I know I shouldn't have, but I did. I wanted some. She said I was asleep all day, so I've been out here being nosy, figuring out what happened today on this here internet. Oh, did you find out what happened? I heard bits and pieces, but I don't know everything. I don't know everything. Good morning, Miss Shanae. How are you? Y'all, this weekend was absolutely amazing. It was so beautiful, y'all. Oh my God. We was at Fort Lauderdale and not Fort Lauderdale. Where did we go? St. Augustine. Is it St. Augustine? St. Augustine, Florida. I think it's St. Augustine. Is that what we were, Levette, in St. Augustine? I think it's St. Augustine. Is that a Florida state? I think it's a Florida city, St. Augustine. Augustine. I think that's where we were. Anyway, it was absolutely beautiful. I can't release the pictures until She has to approve them all. She said she needs to approve all pictures before I can release the ones I took anyway. The internet has been unmatched this weekend. Oh, really? Gloria, what's going on? The internet's been unmatched. How? How it's been unmatched? Tell me. Y'all been cutting up? Y'all been outside the gate cutting up, throwing spitballs? Hopefully not, child. That's all they need. She said, I can't sleep. You can't sleep at 7? Yes, thank Augustine. She said, you look so beautiful. I love the dress. Thank you. Yes. I ended up buying 3 dresses because I'm really not a shopper. And I was so indecisive because I had a blue dress and she was like, no, don't wear blue. Y'all know I love blue. She was like, don't wear blue. And I was like, what can I wear? So then I said, okay, I'm gonna get a burgundy dress because that's the colors, the bridesmaids dresses. She was like, no, no burgundy. I was like, oh my God, like you're not telling me what to get, but you're telling me what not to get. So I was like, oh my goodness. So I ended up just picking a dress. Actually, I bought 3. So I have a blue and I have a blue dress, a floral print dress, and then I have the fuchsia dress. And I end up wearing the fuchsia. I was like, listen, this is what it's gonna be. So anyway, it all worked out. It was beautiful. I had to change out my shoes though, so I can dance a little bit. I didn't dance the way I wanted to because, honey, them little kids up in there. When I say little kids, I don't mean like little kids. I mean like them 20 and 30-year-olds. They was getting off. You hear me? So I think sometimes it's time for us to move aside, as we get a little older and let the little kids have it. Because baby, they was tearing that flow up, and it just took me back to my younger days. It made me think. So I say, yeah, no, I'd rather dance at a much older club, not club, but much older setting because them kids was baby all over the place. And I never said I would want to be on the dance floor with my own child, my 20-something-year-old child. You know what I mean? She said, if you were in St. Augustine, you were 15 miles away from me, Battle Buddy. I live in the beautiful areas of Palm Coast, Florida, right down the street. Oh, really? Jay and I, we enjoyed ourselves, but I'm gonna tell you, he was like, how would you like living out here? And I said, I don't know, it seems peaceful, but let me tell you what I didn't like. It was sunny, it was bright, it was beautiful. And then all of a sudden, this dark cloud came over and it started pouring down, raining like cats and dogs, baby. I'm talking about the sky just opened up. And we was like, where did that come from? Because nobody saw it coming. So that was a little surprising. But other than that, it was gorgeous. The weather was like 70 something degrees. So it wasn't too hot, it wasn't too cold, but it turned cold. It got a little chilly. I actually had to go buy a beanie hat because I was like, my head is cold, babe. So I bought a hat for like $30, and I was that desperate to buy a hat. She said it can happen anywhere more. Yeah, it can, but I mean, it was beautifully sunshine, and then all of a sudden, like, where the hell does rain come from? This is crazy. She said, did Jay stroll with the cues? No, he said they hated on him. Like they ain't even doing it right. They don't even know what they're doing. He hated on them because he old. He 50 years old. And them boys out there was doing all the strolling was in their 20s. Jay was in there hating. They ain't even doing it right. They ain't even doing it right. He was in there hating. You can tell he wanted to though. So anyway, it was a beautiful thing. But we have a son-in-law. We have our very first son-in-law. We already have daughter-in-laws, but now we have a son-in-law. So it is a beautiful thing. And he's so respectful. I just hope he don't change because if he do, honey, he had a whole lot of people that just, you know how you give the warning. Well, not give the warning. It's supposed to be like a speech to the bride. And everybody was like, Mark, we watching you. I know his family was like, what's wrong with these Americans? Because we was in there. Everybody like, just want you to know, don't do nothing to her now. Don't hurt her. We here. I said, Lord. But no, I think they're gonna be fine. They're gonna be just fine. Thank you, Levette. She said, good morning. Help her more meet her goal. I did set a goal, you guys. It's $15, $5. That's if y'all want to though. But thank you, Levette. I appreciate it. She said, "Can't nobody break it down like the GOAT, you know." Thank you, Anita. She said, "When I took my kids to Disney World, it was beautiful outside, and out of nowhere, it started pouring down for about 10 minutes, then got back to sunny." That's exactly what it did. Yes, that's some Florida weather for you. That's exactly what it did. It opened up, the sky just opened up. Boom, came from nowhere. And then it got back sunny. But I was like, oh, there's some bipolar shit right here, Jay. I'm like, I don't know if we should do this. I was like, I don't know if we should do this. So anyway, but we was just, every time we go somewhere, Jay, he'll say, "You like it here? Do you like it here?" So, but what I did like the weather before it started raining. It wasn't that many people though, so I don't know. But I said no to Florida because of alligators. That was one of the reasons. Because we were actually supposed to move to Florida, to Tampa. But I was like, I read this article where this lady, she was walking her dog and by this pond or whatever, and an alligator came out of nowhere and swooped her to try to eat her dog. And she was trying to protect her dog, and the alligator took her down under too. I said, oh, hell. We like to walk in the neighborhood too. Mm-mm. Hey, Kayla, Candy. So that's the thing that I just don't want no alligator coming after my ass. 'Cause baby, they like to drown you. So that'd be the only thing. Damn alligators, them gators, baby, them gators. She said, I live in Tampa. Have you ever seen a gator? That would be the thing that get me, them damn gators. And then, if I'm not mistaken, I think they said Florida has anacondas. Is it anacondas or what's the other type of snake? Not anacondas, cobras. No, not cobras. Hold on, let me see what the big snake is. I think it might be anaconda, but hold on. Snakes in Florida. I should say big snakes in Florida. Hold on. Big snakes in Florida. Oh, pythons. That's what I meant. Not anacondas. I mean pythons. Yeah, you guys have the pythons. Yeah, pythons. Yeah, which is fucking crazy because I mean, come on. She said, "I'm more internet being out of control since you've been gone." Oh, really? They've been out of control. I heard a little something, something. They said this coward deleted her live or whatever, but after dragging Bree for no reason, just because she found out Bree blocked her and said that the fishy girl was just dragging the dog crap out of Bree today. Of course, I didn't get to see it because she must have private the live or whatever. But some people said they got it on recording and they're gonna send it to me tomorrow. I was like, oh really? Not over there. She up here talking about some. I said I never drag Bree. I never drag her. Man, she doing exactly what them people want her to do. She doing exactly what they want to do. They using her dumb, stupid ass. That's what she doing. She gators, hurricanes, tornadoes, snakes, idiots, you name it. We got them. Oh yeah. Now I'm gonna let y'all have that then. I'm gonna let y'all have that, Wanda. She said drug Bree and call RH on the phone. Yeah, I heard about the call RH on the phone too. She falling for the okey doke. Remember when they wanted me to call RH, and I said why? Because he wants you to turn. He wants you to tell him everything about Bree. I said no, I'm good. But I bet you this girl does. This girl will, man. Let me tell you, ooh, child, we are not the same, baby. We are definitely not the same. But that's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. But she's doing what they want her to do. She's doing exactly what they want her to do. They know she's a weak link. She said, wait, she drug Bree was that the day? That's what I heard. She had to turn on her to fit in with her new friends. Exactly. That's what it is, Kat. That's what it is. She had to turn on Bree. She said she would spit on you with your fake ass, and I'll punch the shit out of her with her fake ass. Okay, I'll pop her fake ass. How about that? I'll stick a pin in her fake ass and bust that thing wide open with that funky smell. Trust me when I tell you, all them people that be making these threats online know they ain't gonna do a damn thing. Okay, All it is just threats. They do it because they know they can say anything behind a keyboard, but trust and believe. You think I'm gonna let that girl spit on me? You really think I'm gonna let her spit on me? I stick her head up her own ass. She's not gonna spit on me. It's all talk, baby. Trust and believe. It's all talk. Ain't nobody gonna slap me. Ain't nobody gonna spit on me. Ain't nobody gonna do shit. It's drunk talk. Trust and believe. Trust and believe. Ain't nobody gonna do a damn thing. It's easy to say what you're gonna do. That girl was scared of a 28-year-old, okay? A 28-year-old and his mama. You really think she gonna do that? That girl almost lost her mind when them people was going back and forth with her. Talking about she gonna spit on me. Trust and believe. No, she ain't, cause we ain't gonna never see each other again. We don't move into the same circle. You ain't gonna never see me in no on standing on the side of the road trying to sell no coochie. Where we gonna see each other at? We are not the same. Absolutely not. So anyway, her drunk ass probably up on the phone now with him. You know they can't sleep. They fighting demons. Yeah, she's gonna talk to him though. Definitely gonna. She's gonna talk to him. She's gonna talk to him. That girl want to be relevant so bad. She wants the attention so bad. So yeah, they'll talk to each other. Yes, just some internet gangsters. That's it. That's all. She a whole coward. She a whole coward. She spit in my face because I don't want to. Because she can't ever be in my circle again. She said, I think she will sleep with him. I think she will too. She said, they got to remember you a military woman. You ain't going for that. Girl, I would never go for nobody spitting in my face. You hear me? Ever in my life. I would never go for somebody spitting in my face. She says that because she knows it makes those people those dumb, stupid, illiterate people. Anybody that sit here and listen to her has to be the dumbest, stupidest, most illiterate person ever. The girl is a bona fide liar. She's a bona fide liar. And people that listen to her are dumb. Just dumb idiots. They're dumb. Thank you, Katina J. Appreciate that large super sticker. Appreciate you. She said, I think she will sleep with him. I think she will too. I think she'll sleep with anybody. I think she'll sleep with the pissy dude. She hangs on the corner. Meanwhile, you relaxed in the suburbs, living a soft life. Exactly. That's why I said we'll never see each other again. We don't move in the same circle. She's fake. I don't deal with fake people. She said, we talking about that drag queen fishy who pH balance is off. Yep, the one that's got the sit down smell. She don't none of Bree's business. She's gonna tell him a bunch of lies. Yeah, she doesn't know Bree business. She sit here and just lie to these people, acting like she was on the phone. That girl was on one phone call. One. Well, let me just say it like this. While I was over there, she was on one phone call. And I don't know what happened when I left, but when I was there, she was on one phone call. One, acting like she that person. Girl, bye. You ain't shit. She ain't shit. And she know I tell her ass she ain't shit. Thank you, Gloria. That's why she don't like me because she know I tell her ass she ain't shit. She said that'll be horrible. Her plastic ass too big for that shrimp. She'll let him get up in there though. Hey, look the book. I can't believe she get drunk and try to fit in. She said, "Wow," shaking my head. A coward. She is going to sleep with him so he can say he did. Yep. She probably will, and she'll probably fly there to sleep with him. Her trashy ass. But anyway, that's a shame. She had to do all that to get over there to talk about that young girl. All that girl trying to do right now, she ain't even trying to be in the mix. She just trying to be out of it just so she could take care of her kids. See, let me tell you how fake this hoe is. She gets on my nerves. Like I ain't hear the video, and it's probably good that I didn't hear the video. But from what a few people have been telling me, let me tell you something. If somebody came out here and talked about her business, she'll be mad and start snot nose crying and shit. Hey, Nico Black, thank you so much, Queen. Appreciate you, love. Where you at? Are you in the Netherlands, right, Nico? Or are you in the UK? Let me know. But what she do is she'll be mad as crap, right? If somebody came out here and asked her, why did you get out of one abusive relationship into another? Because she did. She listen on my life. This girl, unless they ain't together no more, which I don't think they're together no more. But the dude that was leaving her in these restaurants is an abuser. He is an abusive guy. Okay. Her and I had the conversation in my kitchen. Are you in London? Okay. I would love to come visit London. The Big Ben and all that, the wheel and all that. I would love to come. But anyway, she in my kitchen, we had a conversation, y'all. This on my grandkids' life. We had a conversation about how this guy treats her. And she said she wished she could leave it all behind, right? And I asked her why she can't, because y'all already know how I am. Y'all know I'm gonna ask some questions. Because if you tell me you miserable and you don't want to be in the situation that you in, I'm gonna ask you why you in it. If you don't want it, come on, let's get to it. Why you there? Especially when you a grown person, there's no excuse for you to stay somewhere where you don't want to be, right? So I asked her, and she said, because he takes care of her son. He pays all her son dues and whatever. And I said, well, can you do it on your own? Like, could you afford to do it without him? She was like, I can, but it'll be tight. So she with this dude, or she was, I don't even know if they're together anymore. This dude disrespecting her and calling her names and leaving her and doing the most or whatever. And so he's abusive. But yet she had the nerve to try to scream, Brianna in an abusive relationship, and she went from one abuse relationship to another. What did she do? She did the same thing. A lot of women actually do that. A lot of women, before they heal, they will go from one abusive relationship to another abusive relationship until they catch on and realize, okay, you know what? I really do need to go do the work. Because this girl ain't never been to counseling before, but have the nerve to be asking somebody or trying to accuse somebody of going from one abusive relationship to the next. And the abuse thing with Johnny, that shit that came and left. It came and left. But the reason why they want to keep it alive is because Robert out there looking like a fucking dirtbag. He out there looking like a damn dirtbag, and they want to, paint a good picture on him. There's not a good picture that can ever be painted on that dude. This man has showed the world that he's a straight narc. And you want to know the sick part about it? The sick part about it is Fishy knows this man ain't nothing but a narc. She know it. She know this man ain't shit. She knows it. She know it. She knows he ain't shit. But she will take up for him and pretend now that he's a great guy and that Brianna ain't shit just so she can fit in with them people. That's horrible. It's horrible. She would literally take up with a man that call women the same thing that she answers to, bees and hoes, and he even told her, suck me until I'm dry. You know? She said we gravitate to what's familiar to us. And that's what, yeah, I agree. And that's what she did. She said, I did it on my own. My boys was in private school just as an excuse to is for my children, talk to them, they will understand. She said, good morning, more happy Holy Week. Good morning. She said, good morning, ladies. Good morning. She is too old to be in Bree's business. Belinda said she's too old to be in Bree's business. It's just the fact that she's doing this to impress the people that has been going in on Brianna forever, for the last almost 3 years. She's trying to win them over. This girl is a dirty, nasty, filthy, disgusting person. That's what she is. She's a disgusting, filthy person, you know? But what I don't get is, I don't see how they don't understand. I'm pretty sure they do. Some of them are catching on to it. She'll say, oh, I'm not going back and forth with nobody. I wish I would say something. I ain't saying nothing. I'm out of this. I ain't studying this and blah, blah, blah. And then what does she do? She turned back around and do the exact same thing that she said she ain't doing no more. Thank you, Lynn Ross. Appreciate you, baby. She said, love you too. She said, I knew it was something about her. She is a pick me at her big age. I was done with her after she said she slept with your husband and was all in your house. That's diabolical. Yes, Monique, I agree with you. She is a very pick me person. She is an attention seeker. She is I just want to be your friend type of chick. Be my friend. I just need a friend. Please like me. She's screaming for people to like her so much over there. I just want to be liked. Please, please just like me. That's all. I just want you to like me. If he answered when she called, I hope someone got the clip to breathe. So, she already got it, Kathleen. She already got it. When you talk to them about stay to provide for them, she said, when you talk to them about stay to provide. What do you mean, Anita? When you talk to them about stay to provide for them, tell me what you mean. She wants to fit in since she came on the scene. Exactly, look. And I'm glad that you recognize that because that's exactly what it is. She wants to fit in and she's just trying to find a space to fit in. She's literally trying to find a place to fit in, you know? She wants attention so bad and she wants people to tell her that she's not the horrible person that she is. And she is. But they're not going to tell her she's horrible because now she's speaking their language. We hate Bree, we hate Bree, we hate Bree. In order to sit amongst those people, you have to hate Brianna. And that was her last step. You already had to hate me. She already showed them that she hate me. I ain't never done nothing to the scallywag. But she can hate me all she want to. I don't give no damn. I don't care nothing for her. I promise you I don't care nothing for that girl. I hate I even you can't cry over spilled milk and I'm not crying over the spilled milk, but I hate I even allow her around my family, but nevertheless, hey, lesson learned, you know what I mean? But she'll never be around my family again. Never. So, thank you, Belinda, so much. She said, thank you for the night show. Oh, you're welcome. You're so welcome, baby. But yeah, she is definitely a pick me. She's definitely a belly crawler. She's definitely an attention seeker. And even when other people be talking about their situation, because there's more than her over there that's going through some shit or whatever. But when they start talking about their stuff, she's gonna overpower whatever they say and start bringing up her own shit. But it's me, it's me, it's me, it's me, it's me, it's me. She said, when I was talking about taking care of your children, when say that that's why she stayed, I'm saying just talk to your son and get out. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying, Anita. Yeah, you're saying, she's saying she's staying because of her son, but you could just talk to your son and get out. Hell yeah, a smart person would. To be honest with you, a smart person to be like, you know what? I'm not gonna stay in no abusive relationship just for no kids. I'm out of here, you know. And this is a woman that try to act like she got it going on or whatever. I make $120,000 a year, and I work in some bank institution. And you will stay in a miserable life just because this person is paying for your son's school supplies, his backpack, and travel people, girl. Bye. Can you imagine this as being a mother to a 16-year-old child, a boy at that? Man, please, she's the most disgusting mother ever. There's no way my child will be 16 and I'll be out here sitting up here talking all under somebody else's clothes and worried about what somebody else is doing and trying to. That girl tried to imply that she cared more about her younger kids than she do her oldest. What disgusting individual would even think along those lines? Now I could see if she was talking about Robert because Robert don't see his other daughter, right? But she's talking about a woman that have all her kids under the same roof, and she's taking care of all her children. But she's over there talking about she care more about the twins than the other kids. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Whew. Anyway, she said, I had my son working in a high. You don't have to stay with the man for his help. I had my son working in high school. Oh, you don't have to stay with the man for his help. No, you don't. You absolutely don't. A boss chick wouldn't. She ain't no boss chick. She just a prostitute. They be getting mixed up. They be getting those two words mixed up. A boss versus a prostitute. She said, I know he sees. Good morning, Miss Didi Mac Lifestyle. She said, I know he sees them doing dumb stuff and saying certain things only makes him continue to lose with supporters like them who needs enemies. Let me tell you, they can continue to try to build him up all they want to. This man is going to, he gonna be him. His personality is gonna shine through. The dude is just a horrible ass person, and he knows he's horrible, and they know he's horrible, but they try their best to try to paint him out to be such a great person. They know he's horrible. Then she knows he's a horrible person, but she's a horrible person. She's a prostitute. So slut is what she is, a slut bucket. A nasty, filthy, trashy slut bucket is what she is. That's what she is. Somebody said she threw her spanking funky legs up put them up in the air or something. I can't lift my legs. Why is she worried about if I can lift my legs? Why the hell is she worried about if I can lift my legs or not? Like, what type of weird shit is that? Tell me if that's not weird. Bet she can't do this. Bet she can't lift her leg up like this girl. I ain't gotta throw my legs up to everybody on the internet. I only gotta throw my legs up to one person, baby. One person, just because she go throwing up her legs to anybody that want to get in there. She said we can't forget her 1970s looking sex tape. That's one thing you ain't gonna never find online on me. It's no damn sex tape. You hear me? She's gonna flip on them. RH, she giving her attention. Hey, she might. She gonna become RH's girl. She gonna become RH girl. You know what I mean? But no, she up here throwing her leg up in the air. I bet the girl can't do this. Something about she bet I can't throw my leg in the air. Girl, I don't throw my legs in the air for people on the internet. Just a wiggity whack ass does that shit. You know what I mean? She said that it's possible to like certain kids. I saw my sister do this with her kids. She liked the kids from the man she married. She treated the other kids bad. Why Brie can't do no wrong in your eyes? She said, why Brie can't do no wrong in your eyes? The pink lady, why are you even a member talking like that? Talking about why Brie can't do no wrong in my eyes. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. You up listening to me, and you gonna ask me a question like why Brie can't do no wrong in my eyes? Who said Brie can't do no wrong? Brie ain't never even said she can't do no wrong. Let me tell you something about you, thirsty, fucking miserable ass women. Y'all so fucking miserable and jealous of a damn woman that's only trying to live her fucking life. What's wrong with y'all? And you old. You old. I don't understand. What's wrong with you old ass women? What's wrong with y'all? Y'all ain't got nobody in y'all life? Why y'all worried about a 32-year-old? I don't get it. What is your old miserable fucking ass worried about a younger woman for? Why? You're so fucking miserable. It's sad. The pink lady of Oakland, what's wrong with you? Old, bitter, miserable ass women. What is wrong with y'all thirsty asses? I don't get it at all. This don't make no sense to me. She talking about why Brie can't do no wrong in your eyes. First of all, have I ever said Brie can't do no wrong? I personally called Brie out on bullshit myself. You dumb, miserable ass woman, you. Y'all hate this woman so fucking much. So much. So much. Y'all hate this woman so much. This woman just trying to live her fucking life. That's it. She's just trying to live her life. And her miserable, jealous, fucking bitter ass baby daddy keep coming for her. and his dumb, stupid, illiterate ass supporters. She said, I'm not hardly miserable or jealous. Yes, you are. You don't even like me and you listening to me at 3:28 in the morning. Baby, you miserable. And baby, you jealous. You miserable and jealous, baby. Why can't she do no wrong in your eyes? When have I ever said she can't do no wrong? Hmm? When have you ever heard me say that? You have never heard me say that. Never ever. Never. You guys are just miserable and pathetic. Y'all are. You hear me? Just miserable and pathetic. Anyway, let me continue because oh my God, I have never ever in my life crossed a bunch of illiterates. They're illiterates, total illiterates. Why can't Bree do no wrong? I Let me tell you what she's coming from because I said Felicia echoed, or should I say, second. She co-signed. Let me say that. So she co-signed the miserable hater ass people's statement. No, 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 no. Levette. No, 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 no. Levette. I didn't tell you to block her. Don't block her. Now she can't talk no more. I can't even unblock her. Vet, what you block her for? Vet, see if you can unblock her because I just tried to and it won't let me. Vet then kicked her ass out. Why you do that, Vet? No, I wanted to read her fucking rights. Anyway, but what she got that from is because Fishy was trying to say that she liked her younger children better than she liked the older kids, right? So this miserable ass woman, so I came back and said, is ludicrous. Like, they always say that. They said she liked Momo better than she liked Lauren and the boys. Remember? They did it. They said the same thing. She liked Momo. She don't even care about them other kids. And that's because she spent more time or she shows the younger children more, or she spend more time with the young kids. I thought everybody spend more time with their younger children than they do their older kids. Hell, I thought that was a everybody type thing. You give the younger children, here you go right here. You give the younger kids more attention. So this miserable, thirsty person came back and said, it is possible to like certain kids. I saw my sister do it with her kids. She liked the kids from the man that she married. She treated the other kids bad. So because her sister did that, because she has an awful ass fucking sister, an evil, demonic, wicked ass sister that treated her other kids bad and only treated the kids by her husband good. See, she's putting her sister's demonic ass evil ways. She's trying to put that off on somebody else because now she thinks that shit is normal. This pink lady of Oakland thinks that treating other kids awful is a norm. So she's like, no, my sister did it, so Brianna must be doing it. Bitch, you just got an awful ass fucking sister. Your sister is an awful ass bitch. That's all. Because, you know what I mean? Most normal ass people don't treat their other kids bad just because they got new children. They don't, okay? Brianna treats her children according to what they need and what they need at that moment. Okay. So, to say that she treat them bad, when have you ever seen her treat her children bad? The pink lady? You haven't. Never. Your sister is demonic. Your sister is an idiot. Your sister is a horrible ass individual. And it must come from y'all parents. Your parents must have been a horrible ass individual. And that's why your sister's horrible to treat her other kids bad. Okay? You said it, not me. You got a horrible ass sister. So you want to put your horrible ass sister's behaviors off on Brianna. Make that make sense. See, when I tell you that all these people that come after Brianna have been traumatized in some type of way. So she's traumatized because her sister treats her children awful, right? So because she's seen that, now she thinks that everybody else, I guess, supposed like is a norm, right? She said the older kids be doing their own thing. Exactly. Every kid don't need the same amount of attention, but I would think some newborn twins need some damn attention. They need to be fed. They need to be changed. They need to be burped. You know, they fucking babies. You understand what I'm saying? So anyway, the pink lady of Oakland is traumatized because she got a horrible ass sister, and her sister abused her children. So because her sister abused her children, she think that everybody else is supposed to be abused. Anyway, all these people that talk about other people like that have been abused. Just like now, Fishy up here dragging and dogging out Brianna, and it's because her fucking ass had been abused and still being abused if she's with that dude. I don't even think they still together, to be honest with you. She going out with her kids and shit. She said the younger kids are more needy than mommy. Women, the young kids are more needed of mommy, so they are around and cling to her. Those kids are teenagers. She's not doing roll call to round them up because she's about to get in the internet. Listen, and if people don't understand that, you know, the younger kids get a little bit more attention because they are younger and they require more attention, then they're stupid. And that's how I unfortunately, I don't care if they don't like it or not. That's just how I see their supporters. They're so stupid. So stupid. Why can't she do no wrong in your eyes? First of all, you illiterate. When did I ever say that? You know? Anyway. Good morning, blessed as I come. We had one of the illiterates slide up under the gate. And she had the nerve to have a damn, well, you know, we already know what that is. But she was a member. Veronica said, go on back to your side. Just move on. She said, woo child, I sure wouldn't be listening to someone I don't like at 3 a.m. Exactly. Desperate, thirsty, fucking, oh my God. Anyway, she doesn't even post her life like that anymore. Her videos of her kids are seconds long, maybe a couple of times a week. They just be making up shit. Exactly. She don't even be posting her kids like that. She don't. And I have noticed that her videos with her children are very, very short. It be Robert the one that damn post the kids and post long ass videos of the kids. Her videos with her kids are very, very short. Very, very short. Most content creators' videos of their children are short. Most of them are short. They just show a little snippet, maybe like a little, you know, 5 to 10 second video, and that's it. Not Robert, honey. Robert gonna do 20 damn minutes with his kids in the video. And that's why his kid keep telling them. And then somebody told me Desharia said tonight she just hope he do better by more than he did by her. Now that's a telltale right there. You got a 17-year-old saying that she hope her daddy, her biological daddy, does better by his younger child than he did by her. Man, if that don't speak volume, I don't know what. And if anybody had that, because it was told to me that she said that, but if anybody had it, please send it to me because I would love to post it. The comment that Desharia made by she hoped that he does better by more than he did with her. Because that shit needs to be highlighted. They need to go in my story. Amor, you have always been fair. That's why I'm here, because you treated everyone fair and you give people the benefit of the doubt. You have given me strength when I have been down, being a survivor. Thank you so much, Anita. I appreciate that because I'm not afraid to call out no bullshit, but I'm not just going to sit here and just, ain't none of us perfect. Let's be honest. Ain't none of us perfect. So when these people come in here and say, why can't you call her? Why can't why can't she do no wrong? It's not even that why she can't do no wrong. These people just rather just sit there and hear all type of horrible ass shit about Bree. Hell, if Robert did something right, I call that shit out. The nigga don't do nothing right. He's a horrible ass individual. He's a big old attention seeker. And the way he manipulate people is just downright crazy to me. They don't even, oh my God. That doing videos for the internet get old quick to those teenagers. That's why Desharia got so tired of it. Video after video, every day. Hell, I don't see how this butt isn't tired. Man, because that's making him money. Thank you, Angie. That's making him money. You know, his views are not viewing at all. She's an RH, has his child 4 times a month, and he will post that child 9 times a day in 1 week. You got that right, Red. You got that right. He's a fucking part-time ass dad, but the way he shows it on the internet, he wants people to think he got his kid all day, every day. He is a part-time dad. He is a part-time dad. She said, but I learned I've been hurt in my life. That doesn't mean you treat your children bad. I hate that saying all hurt people hurt people. Not all people out here to hurt people. No, all hurt people don't hurt people. But just because you've been hurt don't mean that you're hurt now. You understand what I'm saying? So when they say hurt people, they mean like in the moment, you're hurt in the moment. You know, most people don't stay hurt forever. Like he stay hurt because he's a bitter ass individual. He don't want to heal. But most women, I ain't gonna say just women, people in general, they hurt, they go through the pain and they get over it. They move on. They learn from it or they heal from it. And they're not hurt no more. Not saying that you have never been hurt. You could have been hurt, but don't mean that you're hurt today. I've been hurt, but I got over that shit. And it feels damn good to get over some hurt. Baby, does it. Oh, Jesus. And that's what people need to stop thinking that just because you've been hurt, you're going to be hurt for the rest of your life. No, that's not true. You can tell when somebody is still hurt. They act like Robert act. He's hurt. He's bitter. A lot of people heal from that shit. And that's a healthy thing to heal from pain. You heal from it. You're not supposed to carry that shit forever like fishy fucking ass does. She don't know how to heal from nothing. You know what I'm saying? She's a forever victim, just like Robert. Her and Robert are fucking twins to me. They're twins. You know? She said they'll say she's neglecting the smaller kid if all she did was show the big kids. Girl, what you said? If she never came online and showed the twins, they'll say, "Oh, she's embarrassed of the twins. She don't like the way they look." They'll say that. Man, they'll say anything. These mother suckers are a trip. I mean, a trip. It's 3 something in the damn morning. This girl jumps on they act like they can't stand me, but she jumping on my damn on my broadcast or whatever, my live stream. Why can't you see any wrong in her eye? Why can't you see any wrong in her? So whatever the fuck she said. These people are so crazy. She said these folks are simply jealous of Bree and they don't see her as human. It's sick at this point. Exactly. Just like some white people don't see black people as human. That's exactly how they are. They don't even realize how they're acting. They don't see Brianna as human, period. You are absolutely correct. They don't see Bree. Let me tell you something. Some of these little nasty ass motherfuckers, and I'm going to say it, y'all. They goddamn daughter can't touch Bree with a 10-foot pole. They daughter living with them with these bastard motherfucking children. You hear me? Still clubbing and shit. Still getting high, smoking, drinking, acting like a goddamn ghetto ass, hood rat ass child or whatever. And Bree on her grind. They wish they child can be half of what Bree is. Do you hear me? But they got the nerve to want to talk about somebody. Child, clean up your own motherfucking young ass child. You hear me? Don't get me started on this shit, y'all. Please don't get me started. But some of these buster ass women that be going in on Bree, I done heard them say them out of my own ears. Yeah, that son in prison or that daughter in prison or this, that, and the other. But yet they got some shit to say about Bree while they kids sitting over there in prison. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Mostly everybody on that side either been to prison or got a child in prison right now or just got out of prison. You hear me? She said, Auntie, did you hear RH new page lost the star feature? No, I didn't hear that. Good morning. You could turn that star feature off. That don't necessarily mean you lost it. He probably turned that shit off. Good morning, sisterhood. I just woke up. Hey, baby. How you say your name? Break your name down for me so I know how to say it. Is it Scuthella? Scuthella? Tell me how you say your name. I don't want to mispronounce it, child. She said because they believe those online small clips are the representation of her whole life. Exactly that part. Good morning, Angie Pooh. She said, I'm proud of Bree. I'm proud of Bree too, believe it or not. I'm proud of Bree for not coming back out here in the paint to be nasty because she could have and she didn't. She chose, you know what, I'm gonna stay out of this mess or whatever. I just want this stuff to go on, just stop or whatever so I could just move on with my life. I've seen her try to just ignore this shit and move on, you know, even all the tears and the pain that she came out, even exposing Jonelle for who the fuck he was. What'd you say? Is Charles? Oh, you just want me to call you Charles? Is that how you say it? Let me see. I'm gonna get the pronunciation of your name. Hold on. How do you say that? I don't even know how to say that. She said, you say my name Seto. Is it Seto or Seto? Seto? Seto. Do you hear the TH like Seto? She said the sit with the TH sounds like this. I'm sorry, it keeps coming out wrong. It's Seto. Is it Seto? Okay, I would not have known. Thank you. She said more like CH. Sheto. Oh, like Sheto? Sheto. Sheto or Sheto? She's more like CH. Sheto. 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 The TH must be silent. She said, yes, I pray she stays silent and ignore the noise. Hold on. Is this? Let me see right here.
You know what's smart? Treating yourself.
Dude, that's loud as crap. Oh, it said it's French. Okay, hold on. Hold on. All right, I looked it up and it said it's pronounced scythe. So is it scythe? It says you said scythe. Anyway, let me know. Is it scythe? I think you okay. She no more. She listened to you as well. You could tell she was listening because something you talked about, she changed it because I remember when you said, "I wish Bree wouldn't reply to RH bad behavior." Um, she said, "It's okay, sister. Everybody messes up my name." She said, "My mom made it up." Oh, your mother made it up. I'm sorry because baby, I've been jacking people names up. But I'm sorry. Where you from though? Tell me where you from. She says they hate her because she is in a better position to take care of her family. Plus, there's a current age. Plus, they're at her current age. They still stagnant trying to keep up. Girl, let me tell you something. You just said a word, okay? And I absolutely hate this. I hate that there are women out there that are jealous of Brianna and they hate They absolutely hate when you call them jealous. They'll come back really, really fast and say, I'm not jealous. I'm not bitter. And they know they are. One, because at the young age of 30 something years old, they are at a better position than these older ass women. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what you said is so true. These women are jealous because they don't have the looks. They didn't bounce back because they feel like every person that fall on their effing knees or have a setback in their life, that it's supposed to like keep them down for a minute. They don't think that people are supposed to bounce back like this. You know what I mean? Everybody don't wallow in their sorrow. Some people heal and they move on. And they're mad because they wanted her. I've even heard them say myself that they just want her to be single and be out here and be a hoe. Raise your hand if you've heard them say that, because I've heard them say that. Why don't she get into another relationship? Why can't she just be single and then just sleep with multiple guys? Have y'all ever heard people say that? Because I have. They would rather Bree be out here as a single hoe, than to be in a relationship, because that girl chose to stay with the guy that, that she wants to be with or whatever. They're mad at her. She said, you must be in love with her. Oh, well, yeah, Stephanie, I'm so in love with her. I'm so in love with her. Yeah. Just like I'm in love with you, Stephanie Jackson. I'm in love with her like I'm in love with you. Will you be mine? Will you be mine? I'm in love with her just like I'm in love with you. No, let me tell you what I'm in love with. I'm in love with resilience, baby. I'm in love with people that know how to bounce back after adversity, baby, because that's the type of person I am. That's the type of person I am. I'm in love with people that don't wallow in their sorrow, that don't get kicked down and stay down. That's what I'm in love with. I'm in love with people that say, despite of, baby, despite of, I'm going to hold my head high and I'm going to keep going, because, baby, the way the jealous, miserable beanies came after that girl and the way they came after Cora, those two young ladies should have broke, baby. And that's what most bitter ass women thinks. They think that people like Brianna and Cora should have broke into a million pieces. But because they didn't break into a million pieces, now when somebody take up for them or speak in their behalf, people like Stephanie come around and say, you must love her, or you must be in love with her. Yeah, I'm in love with her, just like I'm in love with you, Stephanie. How do you feel? How do you feel? You hear me? How do you feel? Are you mad? Stephanie Jackson, are you mad because I'm in love with her? You sound stupid. She says, why y'all keep coming over here with that dumbass BS? Go support RH. He needs your comment. They come over here because for almost 3 years, they have tried to shut my ass up and they haven't been able to. They wish I would disappear, but I will not. I will not. And they're mad about it. Stephanie says, no, I'm not into women. Well, you're not into nobody but yourself. And that's fine. I honestly think that the ones that are left bashing her are dreaming about making her completely crash so that they can say, I did it. Y'all, I took Bree down. Bree's not going to crash. First of all, Bree is not the same woman that she was with when she was married to that dusty, low-down, lying-ass, worthless nigga of a husband that she was married to. He was worthless. That dude was so worthless, so busted. You know what I mean? So when she was married to him, she couldn't reach her full potential because, he wasn't the type of man that, that spoke life into her. He didn't speak shit into her. He was just an overbearing, controlling ass, vajayjay having ass nigga. You know what I mean? He had a vajayjay or whatever. If he had a little, if he had a man part between his legs, he would have taught her something. He didn't teach her shit. She wasted 6 years of her life with this dude. Look how she's flourished already since she's left this nigga. You know what I'm saying? She left this dude, you know? Like he likes to go around telling people, oh, I filed for divorce, I filed for divorce. What the fuck that mean? This nigga ain't moved on yet, and he won't move on. He can't move on. She the best thing that ever happened to him. He'll never get lucky or jealous. Lucky enough to meet somebody like her ever again in his life. Ever. You know? So anyway, all these haters are in love with her. It's obsession. Yeah, they're obsessed with her. They wanted her to break, but God said nope. She ain't gonna break. He got her. The more they try to bring her down, the more God is gonna elevate her. You watch. You watch. I'm telling you, same with Cora. The more they try to bring her down, the more they just don't realize the more they try to bring me down, the more God elevated me. Let's talk about it. Don't mean that we're perfect, and don't mean that God see that we're right and they're wrong or anything like that. No, we haven't done everything right. I know I haven't done everything right, but my intentions are not bad. I don't have bad intentions at all toward anybody, even though I do call them illiterates because that's what they are at this point. Almost 3 years going into this bull crap and they still on the same stuff. They're illiterate to me. They're fucking illiterate. She said, they are delusional. Men like our age find these deep hurt, mentally ill women to play victim to and use these women mentally illness to do his dirty work. Look how angry these people are. Exactly, Red. They're so angry coming here. Oh, you must be in love with her. Just because I don't want to drag a 32-year-old. Are you kidding me? Sierra says the same thing that Bree does, but he doesn't bother her. Exactly. You want to know why he doesn't bother Sierra? Because Sierra is not the clout. Sierra is not the motion. He ignores Sierra. But he's not going to ignore Bree because he sees Bree is getting to the bag. Not even getting to the bag, but Bree is surviving. Bree is surviving, and he hates that she's surviving without him. Narcissists, weak ass narcissists, they hate when you can make it without them. When you can move on with your life without these jokers, oh my God, that hurt their souls, man. Especially after they done told you some bullshit like you can't, you won't survive without me and you won't make it without me and all this bullshit. They love telling you ain't gonna be shit without them. And when you show them, better than you can tell them, when you show them that you can make it without them, that's what pisses them off. She said, that's how it goes. Your haters make you greater. And my haters have made me greater. You hear me? She said, I pray and Ja continues to work on their relationship. I can't wait until they get married. Oh, excuse me. They will have a heart attack. Oh, yeah, they'll be mad as hell. They'll be mad as hell. She said, I'm more Bree used to listen than just my opinion. She listens because you don't sweat. Sweater coat shit, period. I love that about you. Thank you, Anita. I think you meant sugar coats shit. Yeah. It's sickening how they pick apart everything she does. No matter what she posts, they find something negative to say about it. Yep. The difference is that Bree stopped telling her story. He hated because she moved on when you stopped. Exactly. That part, Red. Bree moved on, and this sourpuss ass nigga can't. He can't move on. That's the problem right there. Bree stopped telling her side of the story. She moved on. She moved on. And and you would think the fact that she moved on, that these old jealous, hateful ass supporters would have moved on, but they can't move on. Let me tell you something. They tried to move on themselves. They supporters ain't stunned that shit though. Them supporters like, I don't want to hear nothing else you got to say. If you ain't talking about Brianna dirty draws, I ain't listening. That God continues to bless Bree right in front of her haters. Yep. That's why they are very upset. That part. They feel they voiced their opinion over here. We're going to change our mind about her. Man, please. Are they that dumb? Are they that dumb? RH is reaping this season. They can't save him. And the sad part is he doesn't know how to save himself. Confess, repent, and accept the Most High is his only way out. Exactly. Let me tell you something. These people hate Brianna and everything dealing with her. These people even hate her other baby daddies. And you know what I mean? Like, come on. They hate her other baby daddies. They hate all her friends. You remember every friend she had, they hate the friend, they hate the baby daddies, they hate the supporters. If you defend Bree, or not even defend, because she don't need nobody to defend her, but if you speak positive about her, they hate you. That's so funny to me. That's so funny to me. They hate you. Sip and Lab posted a video of RH and the young lady at the very end spoke so powerful. Listen, they hate if you don't drag. I mean, they hate that you don't come out here and do what Fishy did. They think that what Fishy did is just so honorable. Oh my God, you're so honorable. Yes, you're part of us. You drugged a 32-year-old. Fishy, your own motherfucking kids ain't even up on Bree level. Like, let's be real here. They live with you in an apartment. It makes sense already. Please make it make sense. If my child was living with me because they can't afford to live on their own, I wouldn't open my mouth about nobody else's child. The thing about it is, Fee is old enough to be Brianna's mama, and now she's dragging Bree with the rest of the people that's old enough to be Brianna's mama and grandmama. Okay? Robert is 40. He about to be 44 years old in a couple of months. He our age. Okay? He our age, but Brianna is our child age. Our child's age. Some of us have kids that's older than Brianna. Can you imagine a fishy smelling ass hooker, or a woman that came out here and told people that she sold her body online, that she had a result to selling coochie? Can you imagine her now trying to talk about somebody? Man, that old trashy ass woman. Her damn kids, and she's trashy. Her kids live with her. Thank you, sis, Jan. Her kids live with her, ain't doing shit with their life, but living with their damn mama, or their mama living with them, or whatever the case, or whatever. And Bree out here doing it on her own. She's doing it on her own. And they mad at her. Make that make sense. Some of these people can't. Lord. Y'all. She said, I heard Upper say Bree is still the topic because she always give them a lot of something to talk about. And RH don't be doing nothing out the way. What? She said RH is out the way. You want to know why she said that? Because they just give her an excuse to not watch him. He's boring to her. She just don't want to watch him. That's why she thinks he's out the way. She's like, oh, he's out the way. He's out the way. So that gives her, that's why they put him to rest. You remember when they buried him? They buried him. They buried him 10 foot under, 12 foot, or 35 foot, or something like that. They buried him because they didn't want to have to discuss him. He out the way. They didn't want to have to watch him either. Oh my God. They mad because she's not showing her everyday life, so they can criticize. Exactly. Because she's learned how to make money outside of social media, and they mad. They mad because they think that social media is her only income, and it's not. She got other ways of making money, and they mad. She said a big sign of, here's that part more embarrassing. Exactly. A big sign of healing when you no longer have to tell your victim story anymore. Girl, what you just said, you almost made me get up and shout, Red. Just look at RH. Same story. My mom died at 5. I've been a victim. I am the truth. The truth. A damn professional victim. Yep. Exactly. When you ain't got to come out here and not even tell your victim story, but you don't have to wear your victim story. Because, baby, what I tell y'all, I ain't no damn victim. But the shit that I told y'all that happened to me, do y'all see? Man, let me tell y'all. I could literally sit here and be like them. Why would I want to be, though? I would never want to be like that. Oh, y'all, I was adopted. I was adopted and I was in foster care. Please pray for me. I'm just so hurt at 52 years old of what happened to me when I was in foster care. Like, get the fuck out of here. What do I look like? What do I look like? Man, please. What do I look like? I'm a whole ass adult. If I'm sitting up here dwelling on some shit that happened to me when I was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, all the way up to 18 years old, then something is seriously wrong with me. I've been an adult way longer than I was a damn child. People that sit there and dwell on shit that happened in their childhood and they in their damn 40s and 50s need their ass whooped. I'm just saying. Boom. Now if that's you, go get help, sis. I'm letting you know. Go heal. Go heal. Go your ass somewhere and fucking heal. Because it don't make no damn sense. You coming out here telling us ain't helping you heal. No, go heal. Like, go really get some healing. You coming out here want people to play church music for you every fucking Sunday or every, other day. Don't make no sense to me. Go heal. Playing church music ain't gonna make you heal. People saying, oh my God, I feel so bad for you. That's not gonna make you heal. Go heal. Oh my goodness. Thank you. I'm just gonna call you Shell. Can I call you Shell? She said, "Be a snack. If I was Bree, I would block her." Oh man, please. That's already done. That's what she mad at because she don't have access to her. She said he's out of the way and free, but still talking about his ex. Exactly. He ain't out of the way and he ain't free. She said, yes, Fishy is a snake for real. After she did that to you, shaking my head, nothing she do surprises me. She turns on anybody. She's an evil person inside. Exactly. And she lies so much. Her teeth, when I tell y'all her teeth gonna fall out of her mouth for lying so much, watch. Them fake ass store-bought teeth gonna fall right out of her mouth. You watch. You watch. That girl lies so much. She lies so much. Them teeth gonna fall straight out her damn mouth. I love how Ja helped her make money instead of competing with her. Exactly. And she's doing things that don't have shit to do with fucking Facebook or social media. And they mad because they don't know how she's making money and getting her bills paid. Be a snake. If I was Bria, I read that one. She said, I knew her dragging Bree was next. Now she's about to get herself in a world of trouble because next she's gonna have to start making up lies and Bree to keep their attention. Yep. She's a liar now. She can make up some shit now. These women walk with the lack of moral compass. I sit back, watch and observe, and wonder who raised them. Other abusers, other women and men that were abused or either abused people. They were raised by, people that didn't give a shit about them, period. Thank you, Renita. I said, good morning, beautiful. More, you look stunning yesterday. Thank you so much. I felt stunning too, baby. Yes, I did, honey. Jay was rubbing all over my little fat, thick legs, baby. He was rubbing all over these black, thick old legs. He said, ooh, I like when you show your legs, baby. I'm like, baby, you better get away from me before we have another child around this mofo. We'll have to put another one through college. They don't know what it feels like to put a child through college. You know what I mean? They ain't nobody up there trying to wife up their daughters. They daughters ain't nothing but baby mamas. That's it. Period. Baby mamas. We raise baby mamas, okay? We raise wives and husbands. We got husbands and wives. That's what our kids about. She's really mad Bree is not paying her no attention because she sees her as a snake all along. I think Bree at first, was digging her, but then she became a loudmouth drunk. You know what I mean? A loudmouth drunk. That's all she is, a loudmouth drunk. Dope head, fucking hoe ass drunk, slut bucket drunk, fishy smelling, sit down ass, stank ass smelling ass drunk is what she is. Yeah, Bree blocked that ass, I heard. She said, yes, she did. That dress was really pretty. Oh, thank you. She said, preach. I tell my siblings the same thing. Stop blaming your parents for your grown ass life today. Put that fucking work in and make the decision to own your life. Exactly, Red. Like, come on. You be a fucking adult longer than you are a child. And you still talk about what happened to you at 15. Fuck that shit. I'm just being honest. All of us have been through some shit. They act like people come on this internet and act like they're the only ones that been through some shit. I'm telling y'all, me joining the military changed my life because I realized that I wasn't the only one out here that felt like I had a bad childhood. Then when I started listening to other people's story, I'm like, well, goddamn, let me put a fucking cherry and some whipped cream on my shit. You know what I mean? I had to take things in perspective. Like, oh, okay, I wasn't the only one out there that didn't, that wasn't fed a silver spoon. I guess if you want to say it like that or whatever. But some of these people are just forever victims. They don't know how to heal. They don't know how to move forward, and that's why they're going to stay stagnant in their life. They don't. Some of these people don't understand that is the very thing that's holding them back. The very thing that's holding them back, and it will continue. She said, "Your childhood should not affect your adulthood. The choice is now yours. Heal and move on. Move the F on." Exactly, Inga. You hear me? Exactly. These forever victim ass, crying ass. I mean, you be seeing 50-year-olds on here crying about some bullshit that happened to them a long time ago. They like, oh, and then you want to cuss somebody out, call them all type of names, and then play church music. Girl, go heal your bipolar ass. Some of these people over here is mentally ill, straight up. Mentally ill. They mentally ill. They need to pop a pill. They literally need to pop a pill. Fishy Fee is no better than La Hurt, Dawn, and the rest of the BB crew. Is that the BB crew? I have zero respect for her. Zero. I have zero. Negative. I mean, it's all in the negatives. You hear me? Thank you, Miss Magnificent. Appreciate you, baby. His line ass is not out the way. He's still out there dragging breed. My sister got a bitter baby father. Girl, bitter baby daddy. You hear me? And let me tell you something. Whether he know it or not, listen, his daughter will see him as a narcissist one day. Everything he's doing now is going to hurt his relationship with his daughter later on. You watch. She's a very jealous person, and it really shows who she really is. Friends like her, I don't want none of them. Girl, exactly that part. She is jealous. She's jealous and she's hateful and she's bitter and she's a liar. She lied and they just come up. I don't know if she grabs them out the air or what. She's just a liar. Sometimes I listen, I'm just like, this girl just a liar. Make up shit. And you'll be like, damn, it don't bother you. It don't bother you at all. You just say whatever. Huh? Like, really? She has no integrity. She would have never made it in the military at all. She has no integrity. Every time she lie, her damn smile lines gonna get deeper and deeper in her damn face. Watch. Teeth gonna fall out. She gonna look like the wicked ass person she looked like before she had surgery. She said Felicia has all those evil spirits that the many sexual partners have deposited into her. Ooh. They do say you pick up the spirits of those that you sleep with. They do say that, you know. Wasn't her famous line, "What did Bree do to you?" She came out asking everybody that. Yeah, but in order to be their friend, she has to dog out Bree. So, me and a few other people talked about it already. We knew she was going to dog out Bree. One just a couple of weeks ago, she was trying to talking about, I talked about Bree like a dog. She's like, you talked about Bree like a dog. You talked about Bree like a dog. And now what's she doing? They probably was like, Felicia, we don't want you over here taking up for Bree. We want you to dog walk her ass. And she's like, okay, all right. Then will y'all like me? Will y'all really like me after I dog walk her? Can I get into y'all group if I dog walk her? Okay, let me dog walk her right quick so I can get into the group. Girl, bye. She wanted to dog walk Bree so damn bad. Somebody said now she said she about to go after Jonelle. How much y'all want to bet she gonna lose this job just like she lost the last job? A drunk with liquor in her cup playing gospel music. She's terrible. I love having a man that will risk it all to protect me and provide for me. Girl. She said, yes, you're beautiful, Amora, and you look stunning all weekend. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. Oh, yes, I enjoyed myself so much. Yes, and I can't wait to meet my sisters in Orlando. This whole month is just going to be filled with nothing but just love, love, love all over the place. Can't wait. Having my son at 18 actually grew me up. 6 weeks later, I was on the basketball court on a full scholarship. Yes, sis. We all have a story. Y'all heard mine on Jenny Live. I healed. I shared my story because I did heal. Listen, and that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to heal. You're not supposed to sit here and just wallow in your sorrow. You know? Even let me tell you something. Even if I had a friend, I wouldn't want my friend to just enable me like that. I would want my friend to say, Amora, are we just gonna talk about it? Or are we gonna be about it? Because come on, we need to do some action. We need to, you know what I mean? So I would want if you love me, I would want to see me heal, not be no forever victim. His daughter is getting sick of his ass already, laughed my ass off. She will be airing his ass out at times. She does. She was saying that thinking Bree would call her ass. When she lied about Jay, that was the last lie for me. That was no doubt. There was no doubt to me it was a lie. Where they do that at? Girl, man, the people that sat there and listened to her dumb ass, they dumb themselves though. Like, what can you expect? They're dumb themselves. Did Jay cry giving his daughter away? Girl, how many times is what you need to ask, girl? Yes, he did, baby. He even cried on the first day on the daughter. I got it on camera too, but I don't know if I'll be able to show it. So I have to ask him, can I show it? I'm sure he's going to say hell no. But he cried on the daughter daddy dance. He even took a handkerchief out there, mama, punk ass husband. No, let me stop. He ain't no punk. That's his baby, though. That's his daughter, baby. And they like best friends. She called him every single morning. Every single morning, she called her dad. And her mama said she called every time she come from work. She calling her mama. She go into work calling her daddy and get off work calling her mama. That is our daughter. That's our RN. She calls her daddy on the way in, and her mama on the way out. So yes, so he cried more than once, honey, more than once. He talking about the man gonna say, who gives your daughter away? I mean, and he said, and then I gotta take her hand, put it in the pastor's hand, and then the pastor gonna put it in Mark's hand. He was like, man, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. Yeah, these men, I'm telling you. She said she must have felt like they were pulling away from her, so she had to turn on Bree. Yeah, she saw them numbers going down, and she like, they ain't really studying me. That lady, let me tell you something. She know in her heart's of hearts that they ain't studying her ass if she ain't dragging Bree, or dragging not just Bree, but dragging me, anybody that I support, or Bree. Next, she'll be going after Cora. How much you want to bet? Bitch, if I start trying to drag Cora, you want to know why? She'll drag Cora just for me, just because she don't like me. Weird ass. Weird ass. Let me tell you something. I think that she and everybody else that's a hater or whatever. She wanted my life. She wanted my lifestyle. She knows that I live way better than her, softer life than her. I have a man that loves me for who I am. I don't have to go and stick no wig on my hair and glue no hair down to my damn scalp or whatever, or put no makeup on, or go get my booty blown up at the DR, you know what I mean, and put false teeth in my mouth. I ain't gotta do that for a man to love me. You know what I mean? Jay and I was up here watching a movie tonight and or earlier, and he was rubbing on my leg, you know, the same legs that she say, oh, you got thick, swollen legs with fluid all over your body. But guess what? She ain't got nobody rubbing on her and rubbing her legs. Well, she do, but it's randoms. You know what I mean? She don't have just one particular dude that's in her life, that's claiming her, that's taking care of her, that's cooking for her. Well, he don't really be cooking like that, but you know, that be washing clothes. And so she heard us, right? She heard our video. She heard how Jay caters to me. He does, you know, I've been catered to for 17 plus years. You know, I am just a blessed kept woman. I am, and I thank God for it every single day. She'll never have a man. I don't have to turn flips and get my tonsils bruised, get slapped in the face with dang-a-lang. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to get choked out and slapped on and tricked out and shit or whatever for a man to love me, right? Because it's not my hair that he loves. It's not my teeth that he loves. It's not my ass that he loves. It's me. It's me. He loves me. And she ain't never experienced no love like that. She ain't never had a man that catered to her. She too busy getting her tonsils bruised, right? Dick slapped in her face, choked out, skeeted on. She's used to that shit. I'm not. I'm not used to that. I don't have to do all of that, you know? And that's what she doesn't like. She don't like that I'm in a position that God has blessed me tremendously. He has blessed me tremendously. While she got to go out there and work and take 10-minute breaks and shit like that. She know I don't have to do that. So that's why she trying to attack YouTube. Oh, that's your only source of income. She know this is not my only source of income, but it pays very damn good, very well. It pays very well for me. She's mad about that. Let me tell you something else. I want y'all to pay attention to this. And put it in the comments if you've already noticed this. When you hear those bitter ass, hateful, jealous people speak, do you notice that they mention money so many times? They say things like this, and I want y'all to, if you do listen to them ignorant people, I want y'all to take notes. They'll say things like, they're just doing it for money. They're money hungry. They just here for a check. They just want to make some money. They need the money. They're broke. Da, 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 da. Have y'all noticed that? Anybody? Raise your hand if you in the chat if you have heard them mention money, 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 money over and over and over again. In a way like they're putting it down. Like they just over there doing it for money. They just want money. The only thing they care about is money. They money hungry. They beg for money. Money this and money that. And they'll do anything. They'll sell their soul for money. Those people that's doing that are people that's mad because they're not making the money. They're not making the money in the route that they're going. And they're upset about it. They're upset about it. They're jealous about it. If they was making the money, they wouldn't be saying that type of shit. But when they're not making the money, right, then they talk about other people making money. Where do you find bloggers that talk about how much another blogger make as far as, oh, they just only over there talking because they making money? What the fuck? Why would you? If you're monetized, you want to make money, right? So if you're not making money, then why do you even want to be monetized? But it's just, and it's so funny that they saying this shit to their supporters. Do you really think your supporters want to hear other content creators over there making money? They're only doing it for money. They only making it for money. They selling their soul for money. They doing this for money. You doing it for money because why are you even on here? Why are you monetized? Turn your monetization off if you're not doing it for money. Take down your coffee link. Take down your Cash App. If you're not doing it for money, take it down. They won't. She said, right. They sound crazy as fuck saying that. Exactly, but they'll say it. I heard one content creator say it over 35 times. She mentioned money on her live over 35 times. She said they just mad they're not making the same money you making. Exactly. Or the same money Jenny making, or Ashley's making, or Break Room's making, or Sean making. They mad. They're literally mad. She said, so y'all, was she talking about the other lady while she was on the panel with her? What other lady, Kathleen? What other lady you talking about? She said, dry bob weed, dry bob over and over. Oh, so you heard it me. You heard it me. She said, jealous and envy. That's what I see. Exactly. They're jealous and they're envious. They're telling people I'm selling my soul for money. Selling my soul. First of all, selling my soul. I came out the bag saying what I was doing. I came out the bag and saying, y'all gonna back up off this young lady. Y'all gonna back up off this young lady because I felt like it was wrong. I still feel like it's wrong. I just don't go as aggressive as I used to because I learned through the process that you can't tell somebody what not to talk about on their platform. And that's why I stopped going after the content creators because you can't tell them what to talk about or what not to talk about on their platform. But I said, okay, since they want to highlight how horrible a person she is, let's highlight how horrible a person her ex is. They can't make money due to their recycling each other's content. They don't have creativity and don't. That's all she talks about, Meek. Oh my God. You hear me? That's all she talks about. She said to Meek, keep him mad. To Meek, keep him mad. I love it. That's all she talk about is money. And I wonder, do she even realize that? That girl said money 35 damn times. And that's just me counting just for a few minutes. I ain't even listening to the whole shit. But 35 times, Meek, this woman said money. They doing it for money. That's all they care about is money. It's just a money grab, you know? That's all she kept talking about is money, 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 money. You know? And the thing about it is she's talking to her people. She said, Mrs. Johnson, let me tell you the real reason why she wanted to really come into your home. Women like her that wear wigs, weave, lashes, lip liner, lip gloss, all these things just on the head alone. They see women like you that doesn't do any of that. I guess you're gonna finish right. She said they wonder how you just natural and as a good husband. You know what? I believe you because I heard them say that before. I did. I heard them say that. I heard one of them say, I just want to know her husband's a good looking man. What he see in her? I've heard them say that before. First of all, I ain't no ugly ass chick. That's first of all. I ain't no Beyonce, but I ain't trying to be no damn Beyonce. I don't want to be no Beyonce. I'm a more, baby. I'm a more say. You better know it. No, I'm just kidding. But I ain't never want to be no Beyonce. I ain't no prissy ass girl. I ain't never been no prissy girl. So when I do dress up, I do get a lot of compliments because people are not used to seeing me dress up. You know, I am a dressed down woman. I am if you want to call me a basic chick, I'm a basic chick or whatever. You know, I don't do all that extra ass shit, you know? But I ain't never had no problem getting no damn man. Men like me because of my aura, one, and because I know how to have a conversation. I'm intelligent. I add to the pot, you know what I'm saying? And I'm an asset. I am a builder. I'm going to motivate my man. I'm going to encourage my man. I'm going to love on my man. I'm going to, be there for him. Like I am a builder. Some of these women don't know how to be builders. They think they look supposed to do it all. She will never understand how I get spoiled by a good looking ass man. And I ain't the only one out here. There's a lot of women out here that women probably looking at like, how the hell she get him? How the hell she get him? Because we know what to do. And it ain't even sexual. I know people probably think, oh, is you suck good dick and this, that, and the other. Man, I suck dick if I want to suck dick. I suck it if I want to suck it. If I don't suck it, I don't suck it. But if I want to, I will. But I ain't sucking somebody off that I ain't married to. Hell to the no. That's what hoes do, in my opinion. She said, what annoys me is when they say, why won't you speak on certain people on your panel, but why the fuck they won't speak on it on their panel? Exactly. Because they up here worried about what I do. But no, you're right. I've heard that before. I've heard them dumbass women say shit like, she got a good looking man. What is he doing with her? It's so funny to me. They so funny to me. And not just with me, but been with me for 17 years too. You hear me? Y'all remember when I first came out and they found out I was married, they said he had left me. Jay gone, Jay gone. They didn't even start saying Jay gone, Jay gone. Funny to me. So funny to me. so funny to me, baby. She thought that BBL and them clip-on teeth was still your husband. That shit didn't work. Now she mad. Listen, that ain't even Jay type though. Jay type. Jay like confidence in a woman. He loved confident women. She ain't no confident. You know, she's not a confident woman. And if anybody thinks she is, you're crazy. She's very insecure. She's not a confident woman. She got to do the most. You know what I mean? Believe it or not, some men, a lot of men actually, they love women that's comfortable in their skin. No matter what you look like, no matter how big you are, they love women that's comfortable with wherever they are. Because they know you can get jiggy with it when you want to. So they're like, shit, if you comfortable like this, hell, I can only imagine what it's going to be when you pull it together. Lots of men think like that, believe it or not. They think men want to look at IG women all the time. No, you know. Now, I ain't gonna lie, he couldn't keep his hands off me yesterday. But hell, shit, I can put on a robe and sit there and watch TV with a robe on and he gonna touch me. He gonna touch me. You know what I mean? No, she's definitely not confident. I told her that her wig was ugly and she started combing it. I think everybody was telling her her wig was fucked up and she fucking tried to swoop that shit back. I'm surprised she snatched that raccoon out her head. She said they thought you were lying about being married. Man, they thought I was lying about being married. They thought I was lying about being in the military. They thought I was lying about being an officer. They thought I was lying about retirement. They thought I was lying about selling a $1.1 million home. They thought I was lying about even have bought homes, plenty of homes before. Please, these people, man, they can't touch my life, man. And it ain't even about me. I don't even try to make this shit about me, but they can't touch me. These people try to call the president on me. You know what I mean? I'll never forget that day of my life. I'll never forget it. I guess she thought Jay was going to give her some type of eye or, I don't know, flirt with her or whatever. That ain't even what type of man I have, though. Believe it or not, my husband and his brothers, they're good guys. They're really, really decent guys. And his uncles. They're just good guys. They was raised by, well, my husband was raised by his grandmother, but she had like 5 or 6 kids, and she raised them to be good people. You know? You can see and hear the love Jay has for you just by the way y'all were talking in the kitchen. Both of y'all are hilarious. I feel it good. I feel good has plenty of laughter. Women, y'all are hilarious. I feel it good has plenty of laughter. I think you missed the end of it. But yes, we laugh all the time. Me and Jay laugh at each other all the time. We keep each other laughing. We keep each other laughing. You know? Especially when he tell me about myself. I tell him about himself too. Y'all know Jay is a Gemini. I tell him about himself too. She's very insecure and always looking for validation and attention. Exactly. Man, please. Funky Fee is a loose goose at her big age. It's pathetic. It is pathetic. Her gloating about giving oral is the most trifling shit I've ever heard at 55 years old. Man, that is crazy to me. You hear me talking about you ain't never been slapped in the face with no D. Like, I was talking to Jay though. I said, Jay, would you want a woman? Would you want a woman that wants you to slap them in the face with D? He gave like this look. And I said, Jay. He said, I mean, if you're gonna let me, I said, Jay, you will want to slap me in the face with your D. He said, no, I'm just playing. I mean, seriously. Who want to slap a woman in the face with D? She's just weird to me. She's weird to me. You know? She said, Jay is a perfect gentleman. He is a gentleman. Jay's a gentleman. You know? His brother is too. You see how his brother was serving his brother, him and his brother was basically waiting hand and feet on me and his sisters. Me and their sisters. because we was in the Airbnb with their sisters. Well, they was in with us, but his sisters, but they were waiting on us, taking our plate, washing the plate. They did it all. They washed the dishes and everything. Now they don't always wash dishes, but they did this time. They do stuff like that, you know. And all unmarried. It's 3 boys, and they all married, and all 3 of our sons are. He just popped up with food, and they got a big for shit. She said he just popped up with food, and they got a big for shit. Exactly, man. She said we not blind over here. We're not blind over here. We can see and hear how much Jay really love you. Exactly, and that's what they be mad at. That's why she talking about he ain't touching her. He don't want her. Man, let me tell you, she up here saying my man don't want me, right? She up here talking about my man don't want me. Who want her ass? Who she with? Girl, bye. She mad because Jay don't put hands on me and knock me down to the floor and blacken my eye and bust my jaw open and shit like that. Cuss me out, call me names. That's what she mad at. She mad because I ain't around here getting abused. Make that make sense. Niggas around here mad because I ain't getting abused. She said, Amora, why you asked your husband that? You crazy will say anything. Because I just wanted to know what he was going to say. I damn sure asked him, Anita. I asked him, and he was like, girl, he was like, you so silly. He was in there watching a movie. That man don't want her. Girl, she talking about that, some men that don't want her. That man that came out here and released her news all over the damn internet didn't want her ass. She used to men talking reckless to her because she don't know how to set boundaries. She don't know how to say in the beginning of a relationship, I'm not going to be with nobody that's going to disrespect me and call me out my name. She said that's the word, Tisha, respect, because when a man sees you don't have any respect for yourself, he won't have any for you. That's right. She says, but that man upstairs won't hurt. Exactly, honey. The man that's upstairs ain't never came down. That nigga ain't went to work, ain't came down to the kitchen. He ain't came downstairs yet. That man ain't came down yet. You hear me? Hey, Meek. Good morning. He gonna stay in the upper room. Shit, he upstairs. Him upstairs. He ain't came down yet. And he ain't gonna never come downstairs. He gonna forever be up there. Nigga ain't walked out the door. We might need to send CPS over there and shit. Do a damn wellness check on his ass. Good morning, 4 a.m. to 7 p.m. Debbie, what's going on, girl? That joker ain't gonna never come downstairs. She be in there. He upstairs right now. He upstairs right now. Girl, you wish. She's saying that because she know my husband be upstairs, in the movie room or whatever. What upstairs she even got? She in a 2-bedroom apartment talking about some he upstairs. He upstairs. Make it make sense. She said her guy split her ears, and if they had to see it back together. And Jenny said, I don't believe it. I don't see a picture. Jenny was on one today. Wait a minute, who split who ear? I thought you talking about the other girl that she said is better than me. She said Dr. Kim is better than me. Somebody said she said Dr. Kim is better than me. The one that sell $5 jewelry. She said she way better than me. Better than me. Listen. And that's the thing. You could be anything you want to be on this here internet. See, she saw me in real life. She know how I'm living in real life. I remember when she came over here, she was like, oh my God, them people on the internet wouldn't even believe you living like this. And I'm sitting up here thinking, why wouldn't they believe I'm living like this? I'm not the type of person that's going to act like I'm living a certain way if I'm not. You know what I mean? So I guess she was like, shit, I'm up here lying to these people, making them think that I'm living like this or living like that, and I'm really not. Listen, I ain't got to pretend and make up shit on the internet. You guys have been, hell, everybody have pretty much seen it because I done been on live. She the one don't go on. Only thing she going live, and the only thing you gonna see is her damn front door. That's it. She ain't turning the camera around to the rest of her house. Wait a minute. So wait a minute. She said fish. She said her guy did. So wait a minute. Now her guy done split her ear. She just takes people's stories and expound on them, because didn't the Kimberly lady, didn't her ear get ate off a bit or something? Didn't she lose an ear? I thought y'all told me the other day she lost an ear. So now, so when did she say her guy split her ear? Today? I think she takes bits and pieces of people's story and make it her own. So now she's saying somebody bit off her ear. I wonder if they whipped her with it when they made her suck them all. That's crazy. She said on the live today. So on the live today, she said the man split her ear. Let me tell you something. That thing, she ain't nothing but a damn female narc. You know they say narcissists take a little bit of your story and make it theirs. If she's talking about getting it, have she ever said anything about her ear being bit off before? Or split off? I think if she hasn't said anything about her ear being split before, and she's saying it now, she's stealing some of Kim's story. That's what she does, so she can make your life about her, so she can say you're talking about her and her ear. So so wait a minute. So now she's saying, see, so Kim said somebody bit her ear or broke it, or what the other girl ear? She got it. What's wrong with the other girl ear? Well, whatever. But now she's saying that she can't, that somebody split her ear. She's taking Kim's story about her ear. She said, yeah, I heard her ear was split by a dude. But did you just hear it today, or she been said that her ear was split by a dude? She's stealing the people's stories. I ain't never heard that girl say her ear was split. Oh, she did? Okay, I didn't know. Well, I didn't know. So she said she said, yes, she did when she first told her story. Oh, so he been did her ear. Okay. But her thinking she having MF and Robert number was something to have was the funniest shit ever. Man, she just want to have sex with Robert. She wants to sit on his face with her sit down air. She know Robert is obsessed with acid. She knows that. Okay, so I don't remember her saying that, but somebody said she been said that her ear was split. Everybody has Robert number. Robert number's on his profile. Everybody got his number. Shit, nobody want to call his ass. I could have been called Robert. I didn't want to call him when they told me what he wanted. He wanted me to tell him some shit about Brie. I said, you out your fucking mind. I ain't call this nigga. I wouldn't have called his lame ass. Hell no, I don't care how mad I was at Brie. I wasn't gonna call his lame fucking ass. Hell no. She even had her hairstylist tell Brie to protect her kids from Job because he was art at a young age. Oh my goodness. You know what? I was gonna say something, but I'm gonna hold on to that. That lady lie about everything. She don't believe her. I need proof. Exactly. She do lie about everything. That is not her. Well, he her hairdresser, but that's her damn roommate. Stop playing. I think that's something she would have shared with you a long time ago, in my opinion. Well, somebody just said she did share it a long time ago. I just don't remember it, I guess. That he split her ear. People are saying that she been said it. She said she was so happy about calling Robert. She was spinning in a chair like a fool. That's because that's clout for those people over there. You know what I mean? They're probably like, oh my God, you talked to Robert, the famous Robert, the motherfucker 8.9 million Supporter heaven has Robert. What? What? You talk to Rob? Man, Robert ain't nothing but a lame-o. Be embarrassed to say I talked to that joker. Especially about some shit about Bree. I remember she said she was hitting the ear with the tire iron. She said it a long time ago. A tire iron? God damn. Let me see what a fucking tire iron look like. Look, I'm about to look one up. What the fuck is a tire iron? Jeez. What? Oh my God. Somebody hate her ass. God damn, somebody hate with that. Oh, well, that explains why she acted the way she acted. Damn. That's crazy. I ain't never been touched. Hell to the no. She said, what did he say to her? I think he just spoke from. I'll let y'all hear it. Well, she cussed too much on it. I don't want to put her cussing mouth on over here. I mean, I know I cuss, but I'm gonna get my shit demonetized. I don't want it to be because of her. A tire iron. That's crazy. She muted the call with him. She was asking for that shrimp. Hey, call center whole team B. Good morning. She said, I haven't heard. She said, yes, I've heard her say that before. Okay. She said, good morning. The famous GoFundMe Robert. She said, wasn't it 4 ways? Not a single one. The 4-way turn? God damn, yeah. 4x4, right? Can somebody kill you like this? I've been looking at this thing like somebody can kill you like this. She said, I would not want to be attached to RH. The internet is tearing him up. I wouldn't want to be attached to him at all. I don't want to have nothing to do with him. Except for just call out his foolishness. That's it. She's going to be dancing on live to drop it low next. Yep. She's saying it's supposed to bust the eardrum. Oh my God. That's crazy. Listen, she'll be dancing. She'll be, it's so funny because I remember her saying before, I would never, ever defend him or go to his side or whatever. But look at her. She right where she always wanted to be. She right where she always wanted to be. Okay. That's what she want to be. All because Bree didn't respond to her. You go, that tell you right there, just because Bree didn't respond to her, she's like, oh, I'm gonna talk to Robert. I'm gonna talk to Robert. Girl, you ain't shit. You ain't shit. She always stood alone. All them people that say they always stood alone, that belly crawled over to that side, ain't no stand alone. They always hollering, I can stand alone. No, the hell you can't. You can't do shit alone. You over there doing what you're doing right now because you want attention and you want to fit in, period. That batch doesn't know if she's coming or going. That's right. Thank you, Debbie. She don't know if she's coming or going. She was probably already talking to the jury cells when she added that part onto her story. I mean, she does it all the time. She said R.A. Shrimp got bitches going crazy over him. The ones that had it and the ones that didn't. Oh wow. Well, headed to work. We'll listen to the rest on the replay. Thank you, girl. Appreciate you. Be careful at work. Have fun. She think that's crazy. She love attention no matter the lie or who she flips on. That's right, Tisha. Bree should be glad she would be saying she slept with John next. Yep. Yep. You right about that. Somebody said she gonna go in on John. She gonna start going in on John. He's a trip. Ladies, a damn trip. She gonna go in on Josh. She mad at Bree now. Why? Because she looking for clout. Yep. Bree ain't said nothing to her. Bree ain't said nothing to her. Bree ain't even cuss her out. Y'all, when I come back tonight, well, not tonight, but a little bit later today, we are going to talk about a little bit more about this case with the black guy, Carmela, that stabbed Austin in the chest. Y'all, I just found out more information that is just, in my opinion, I think it's going to come out in court. But I'm going to discuss it with y'all a little bit later. She'll be wasting her time. To be honest, Amore, the first time I heard Felicia on your live, I thought, where did you find her? Because y'all energy don't match. She doesn't seem to be the type of woman you would befriend. You're not the only one that said that. I think I just tried to show this loud mouth ass, weird ass female some grace or whatever. And me being kind of new to this internet thing, I just realized that I just stepped in territory that I wasn't familiar with, dealing with certain people that I wasn't familiar with. Because I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I haven't been around ratchet people like this in my life, you know. So it was something different for me. But I was just like, okay, this is the internet, this is the internet, this is the internet. So, but yeah, no. I would never connect with nobody else like that ever. You're on that type of energy, you're gonna stay over there. She be waiting for the moment to do this to breathe. Yep. I think they told her behind the scenes that she's gonna have to do it in order to, prove her loyalty. She had to go off on me and Bree, and that's what she did. Cause ain't nobody did nothing to that old crazy crack whore. Is he out on bond yet? No, not yet, but he has his court hearing today for the bond to be reduced today. Let me just make sure I'm telling you right. Carmelo court hearing. I think he has it today. It is, the 14th. So he has his court hearing today to get the bond reduced. So we'll find something out today. She says, you gave her so many chances to act like a woman and be her friend, but she was out of your league. Absolutely. And then she always talking about we not the same. Bitch, we know we not the same. I ain't never sold my pussy. You crack whore. I ain't never been on crack. I don't abuse drugs, alcohol. Matter of fact, y'all, let me tell y'all, at the wedding, the reception, it was an open bar for an hour, so you can have free drinks for an hour. And I drunk an amaretto sour. Y'all ever had that? Actually, it was pretty good. So I drunk an amaretto sour, and I started feeling it after the amaretto sour. I was like, "Ooh, I'm feeling it." You know what I mean? So, but that was it. One drink, and that was it. One drink, because I'm not a drinker. They tried to give me some sun, sun kiss sunrise or sun lemon sunrise or whatever. But anyway, it was nasty. It was I tasted a little bit of it and it tastes sour. Was it a sour sunrise, a sun-kissed sunrise, lemon sunrise? But whatever it is, I didn't like it. So I said, I don't like this. I said, I'm more of a sweet type of person. She was like, all right, I got something for you. I'm gonna give you amaretto sour. And I said, okay, I'll take amaretto sour. So she gave me amaretto sour. And it was a whole lot better than that. Oh yeah, that's it right there. Tequila sunrise. That's what it was. Girl, how you know? That's what it was, and that was nasty. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. So yeah, but I'm not a drinker. She probably would have been at the wedding reception, drunk as fuck. You know what I mean? She probably would have been all the way out drunk. She said, "Amore, do you get the witness's story about what happened? I sent it to you the other day." Um, Send it again because I don't know if I think I got something, but I don't know if it was what you're talking about. She dodged and Bree to fit in. She's dogging Bree to fit in with a bunch of losers because she felt worthless. Her and Cabbage. Yep. The clout she looking for might land her in somebody's courtroom in Georgia. Girl. She said, that's my sister drink. She loves that. Oh, tequila sunrise. Yeah, I don't like it. It was kind of sour. But amaretto sour was actually, wait a minute, it's amaretto sour. No, it was amaretto. Yeah, amaretto sour. Amaretto sour was really good because it was kind of sweet a little. She said, New Day, they was on Dawn panel dragging cabbage. Who was on Dawn's panel dragging cabbage? When they was on Dawn panel dragging her. She says, well, if she do a bless as I come, we don't have any more cash apps for her. No way, no how. Let them do it. Absolutely, because she would want all the attention. She would have been thinking she was the bride. Yes, okay. She would have been all out on the damn floor acting like a crazy ass person. Oh, they was dragging cabbage on Don's panel yesterday? I thought cabbage was a part of their team. Rotten cabbage? You talking about tape nose cabbage? I thought she was a part of their team. They was dragging cabbage on Dawn channel. So Dawn was dragging Stinky? Girl, that ain't so. What's Dawn? What's her handle? I am Dawn the Cloud or Catch Me Outside Dawn or Spill the Tea. Spill the Tea, Dawn. Dawn Spill the Tea. Real Spill with Dawn. Okay, I knew it was something. So they were dogging. Oh, so Cabbage don't know she was being drugged yesterday. I see one that they must have covered it up because I see something to say Happy Friday, but I don't see yesterday's. I don't see yesterday live. They must have took it down, Kathleen, because I don't see it. They were on live yesterday because they say 2 days ago. It was on Friday. Was they dogging her on Friday? She said New Day, she would have been in all the men faces and go missing for 30 seconds to stuck a little something. She would have been trying to holler at my brother-in-law. Hell, she probably would have been trying to holler at Jay too. And my brother-in-law and a few of them guys. Because all the guys were single except for one. Except for my son-in-law and then one of his frat brothers. But all the other frat brothers were single. They said it. She better join RH GoFundMe and ask for half. She said, tape nose cabbage. Yeah, tape nose cabbage. So they were dogging tape nose. Oh my goodness. So when? What live? Because that's crazy. Do she know that Donna was dragging her ass? I was just watching it when you came on. Hold on. Let me see which one it was. I didn't even look at the date. Yeah, tell me, girl. So her ass is over there thinking that they like her funky, nasty, stinking ass, lying ass, hussy. She thought they liked her. Chopping it up. Chopping it up page. Oh, she got a different damn page. She got a chopping it up. Okay, hold on. Chopping it up with Dawn. She do have a chopping it up with Dawn. Damn, I know this shit. So she got a chopping it up with Dawn and a Dawn the real spill. Chopping it up. Dawn has 2 pages. I did not know Dawn had 2 pages. So they was dragging cabbage, tape nose on one of her secret pages. Let me see. Was it this one? Let me see.
The club, but when we walked in there, Retta went first, and we realized it was like a lot.
Was it in the beginning or the end?
But yeah, if y'all doing super stickers, if it's going through and I don't tell you,
Was it the beginning or the end of the live?
oh wow. Well, I hope nothing bad has happened. Feel good.
Was she dragging it by herself? Because it don't look like nobody is on the panel.
Jet ski.
That's crazy. If they was dragging that chick, ooh, what's she gonna do? Man, I think she think all them people on her team. Oh my god, girl, I'm gonna be over there thinking they like you and they don't. That's crazy. And she over here talking about people. Over here talking about Jeannie, talking about Ashley, talking about break room, and they over there dogging her. She said, "Wait, I'm wrong. It must have accidentally clicked on an old line." Oh, okay. So they was dogging her on the old line. Oh, okay. Did they call it take nose? That's crazy. That's crazy. She would have spinned out too. She would have got on and called everybody. Everybody bees. You know what I'm saying? You be, 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 you be. And then she out of control and shit. Also, Dawn is back talking about Brianna. That's crazy. She's still back talking about Brianna. Damn. I guess she said, I need some action on my page. Wow. Mm-mm. It is what it is, baby. It is what it is. It is what it is. She said, I went and looked, my bad, and my dumb ass was sitting there listening, thinking it was today. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. She said, Tate knows is funny as fuck. Good morning, yes. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I did not know she had 2 pages at all. So, you know what though? I want to show y'all something. She said they don't care if it was a new live. Them members have no loyalty over there. They really don't. They really don't. But let me show y'all something right quick since we on here. I want y'all to see something. No, you know what? I do it on a video so y'all can see it. I was gonna show y'all something, but I'll wait. She says they all have 2 pages. Oh, they got a backup page. Everybody got a backup page. I got a backup page too. I need to start using it again. I'm tripping. Even though this page don't have no violations. Thank you, Jesus. I don't have no violations on this page. Good morning, G Dub. She said, when is Bree and RH court date? They changed it to June. It's changed to June. The court system probably tired of that foolishness. She said, yo, where's the life coach? Court must have really scared him. No, I don't think that's it. I think that Joker just waiting on the opportunity to just sneak back out. Unless unless he was really tired of his page looking horrible. She said, dang, I'm gonna have to run this back. I missed 2 hours. Oh, I've been on that long? Oh shit. I didn't realize I've been on that long. She said they all hanging from a strand of hair. They digging holes deeper than they can fit in. That part. So much happened when I was gone though, not just on the internet, not on this bullshit. Bullshit's gonna happen, but I mean on things that's happened with like the we had a football player that unalived himself after he was about to be indicted, and then we had the situation that happened with the track stars that happened before I left. Then the thing that happened with the I think there's a mother that that won custody of her kids. She ended up unaliving both kids. I'm like, oh my God, there's so many stories that happen. But come to find out, they going in on Brianna. Somebody said, y'all are so wrong. I was in the east wing of the mansion and nobody knocked on my door. Good morning and loud talkers. Hey, Brick Booty. She said, Brick Booty. Wait a minute. What picture you got up there? Brick Booty, what you got up there? What is that? Oh my God. She said, Brick Booty. Good morning. Like Coach said, he was out and ain't been back. I think he'll come back though. I don't think that he'll stay out. She said the life coach is over it. He said none of his siblings took up for him and disappeared into the background. Yeah, no, I don't think that he's out for good. I think he'll come back. She said, what time are you doing the live on Anthony so I can be up? I'm actually going to do it this morning. I'm probably going to do it around 9:30 because, baby, y'all, I found some. Let me show it to y'all right quick. I'm going to do the live. I'm still going to do the live, but I want to show y'all something. I want to show y'all something. And we're going to talk about it, okay? Because y'all know me. I look at stuff a little different than some people. I'll be looking for things and I saw some stuff that I was like, this look concerning. I know people probably be like, oh, more you reaching. But hold on. Give me a second. Not that one. I think it's this one. Yeah, this one right here.
It's terrifying.
All right, I'm gonna put it on. I want y'all to see with me. And I'm gonna do a live on this, y'all, but I just want y'all to see just this part right here. Now, this is a 9-minute video, but I only want to show just this part of it. All right. I'm not even gonna let y'all hear it. I want you to see the reactions. I put it on mute. I want you to see something. Give me a second. Let me get to the part. All right, here we go. I think this is it. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm going to point out the other thing later when I go over the live, but I'm going to point this out right here. Give me a second. Let me make sure I got on the right part. Oh, it's right here. All right, hold on. Right here. Now, let me just ask you something. She said we can't see it. Y'all can't see that? Y'all don't see the picture I just put up? Y'all don't see the picture? Y'all don't see this thing I'm streaming? What do y'all see? Now, if you just lost your child, now I'm just gonna ask you a question. If you lost your child, first of all, I don't see how they going. You lose your child and you going on all these damn interviews. But if you just, she said, I resent what the witnesses said. Okay, Kathleen. But if you just, she said, yeah, but I don't hear it. No, I don't want you to hear it yet because I want to, I want to talk about it on the next live. I'm gonna do around 9:30. I'm gonna do a live on this, an update. Okay. I don't want y'all to hear it right now because but anyway, listen. If you lost your child and if you're doing all this right here, if you crying like this, I mean, this is hysterical crying, right? When you got to shake when you cry, right? If you crying like this, listen, like this, look. If you shaking like that, don't you think some tears will be in your eyes? If you shaking to the point and you crying and you shaking to the, I mean, you crying to the point that you're shaking, don't you think a tear or something would have fell down your face? Huh? Why no tears in her eyes? And his too, because I'm just trying to figure this out because, if I understand, I get it. You lost your son. Ain't nothing, I don't even know. I can't even imagine losing a child. I would be devastated. I know I would. But if you're doing all of that, don't you think that your eyes, there should be a tear? And even with him, what the fuck tears? I mean, can you cry without tears? I'm saying this hysterical crying, right? What the fuck tears? And look how the son looking at her like, Mama, stop faking this, you stuff. Ain't a damn tear fell, not one. What the fuck? Did she swallow the tears? Can you swallow tears? Not a damn tear that fell, not one. Now she's looking at him, what tears? This shit is fake as fuck. She doing this for the camera. I guarantee you, the lawyer, whoever they talking to, told them to cry in front of the camera. But it's something that he said. I'm gonna do this live. Matter of fact, let me see. It's 5:10. I'm gonna come back and do this live. My husband just woke up, so I hear him in there. So I know we're probably gonna go walking this morning. But I'm gonna do a live because the reason why I didn't put it on play because it's something that this young man said in this live that I want to highlight, right? And I don't know if anybody else is catching it, but this man said something. This boy, he said something in this live. She said, and go on fake Fox News, worst news station on the air. They love this stuff. Let me see if y'all can hear something. I'm going to talk about it again. So, I mean, hell. Listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to this.
You can see, you can picture what happened when, what was coming out.
Hold on.
Something you start being,
Hold on.
There. Thank you, Megan. Take your time. Hunter, I know you were
Yes,
there
sir.
when it happened. What can you tell us about what happened at that track meet? How could this thing that seems like is not on the menu of possibilities could happen?
I want y'all to hear this. This is what I want to point out. But I'm gonna point it out when I do this live next. But I want to point out this right quick because I be listening for shit, y'all. I really do listen for stuff. Listen to this.
Again, I was at a track meet, by the way, on Tuesday. This is not something you think could ever happen. How did it happen?
So it was a really bad storm in the morning, and they had a lot of delays. Me, my brother, a couple of kids were walking back from the field house of the middle school because we attended that middle school when we went to middle school, and we were saying hello to old coaches and catching up with them. And then we're walking back to our stand. We put our tent up so all the bleachers right there were not wet from all the rain. We come back, we sit down, and this kid said something behind me. I've never met this kid in my entire life, never knew who he was. said something just inappropriate and uncalled for. And I turned around and asked him who he was. He started getting really aggressive. My brother stepped in. He started being, how.
Boom, right there. Did y'all hear that? Did you hear what I just heard? Did you hear what I just heard? It wasn't just his brother. It wasn't just Austin that got into the altercation with Carmela. It was both of them. It started with Hunter. Did you just hear that? They don't even realize they're talking too much. Okay? He literally just said it started with him. So now you got two big dudes against one. So it wasn't just his brother. He said, no, listen. He said something inappropriate, and he turned around and asked him something, and then his brother jumped in. Listen. It started with this guy right here. So now it's two people against one. All right, hold on. Let's go back a little bit.
About what happened at that track meet. How could this thing that seems like is not on the menu of possibilities could happen? Again, I was at a track meet, by the way, on Tuesday. This is not something you think could ever happen. How did it happen?
She just wiped off fake ass tears and a tear in her eye. Look at this. Look at Megan. This is Megan, the mama. She just literally wiped off fake ass tears. Ain't shit in her eyes. Ain't shit rolled down her face. Look at this.
Could happen. Again, I was at a track meet, by the way.
Look, she's going to wipe her face. Ain't a tear in sight, y'all. Look.
Tuesday. This is not.
Did you see that? She literally just wiped not shit off.
Could happen. Again, I was at a track meet, by the way, on Tuesday. This is not something you think could ever happen.
It ain't a 10 sight. I don't know what it is with this, but something ain't right, y'all. My spirit tells me, y'all, let me tell y'all something. I'm going to listen. If I tell you now, I feel like, damn, I'm about to tell you the whole story, but my spirit ain't right with this family. The other day I was like, oh, the mom is grieving, but the more and more I looked into it, something ain't right with this family right here. And then as we was looking up the father the other day, we found out that he was charged with sexual assault. Okay, the father, they ain't together, but he don't want the news people to know that they ain't together. He gonna tell his mama, he gonna shut his mama up online, y'all. He shuts his mom up online. Exactly, Brick Booty. Brick Booty said what I was thinking. Most people with glasses would take them off and actually wipe their tears. Exactly, because if you are crying and you have on glasses, baby, when I tell you, you ain't gonna be able to see shit. You're gonna take your hands and you're gonna wipe your face because you're gonna take those glasses off and you're gonna really wipe your eyes, because when you wear glasses and you crying, baby, it's foggy. It's messed up. You're going to take your glasses off and you're going to wipe your eyes, and then you're going to put your glasses back on. It's something about this damn family. But the daddy has been charged with sexual assault. And this son right here wants the mom to be quiet about something. Something ain't right with this damn family. But listen, y'all, listen to this. The fact that I heard the brother say it started with him first. He initiated the contact with the black boy, right? He initiated the contact, but then his brother jumps in and he says it right there. And my brother jumped in. And then that's what she's going to say. He always come to the rescue or some shit. Listen to it. Listen.
Could happen. Again, I was at a track meet, by the way, on Tuesday. This is not something you think could ever happen. How did it happen?
So it was a really bad storm in the morning, and they had a lot of delays. Me, my brother, a couple of kids were walking back from the field house of the middle school, because we attended that middle school when we went to middle school. And we were saying hello to old coaches and catching up with them. And then we're walking back to our stand. We put our tent up so all the bleachers right there were not wet from all the rain. We come back, we sit down, and this kid said something behind me. I've never met this kid in my entire life. Never knew who he was. said something just inappropriate and uncalled for. And I turned around and asked him who he was. He started getting really aggressive. My brother stepped in. He started being,
Start getting really aggressive. Yeah, they use that getting really aggressive word when it comes to Black people because, if we say something like, why you want to know who I am? That's aggressive to them. Because we're supposed to be like, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, ma'am, yes, sir, yes, sir. Yeah, yes, ma'am, yes, sir. We're supposed to be so polite to them,
How he always is with me, just brothers just having my back. And things started getting more.
Said my brother stepped in. Listen, my brother stepped in.
Being, how he always is with me.
Let's go back.
We sit down, and this kid said something behind me. I've never met this kid in my entire life. Never knew who he was. Said something just inappropriate and uncalled for. And I turned around and asked him who he was. He started getting really aggressive. My brother stepped in. He started being.
My brother stepped in. My brother stepped in. So now you got two big, huge white boys talking to a Black guy. Okay.
And, how he always is with me, just brothers just having my back. And things started getting.
He always having my back. My brother stepped in because he's always having my back. Why you need his brother to step in? Huh? So now both boys are now talking to Carmela Anthony.
More like higher intensity. The kid said some like aggressive stuff, like reckless.
Again, aggressive and reckless stuff. He ain't saying what the boy said. He just said aggressive and reckless because, to be honest with you, anything other than, okay, I'll get up and move is aggressive and reckless. Okay?
Tough. And also try to handle the problem.
And Austin tried to handle the problem. And listen to what this old raggedy ass mama got to say.
Yeah.
Austin was always one to step up. He always was one to step up and be the person that would do the right thing.
The right thing is pushing somebody out of their seat. Who says my son did the right thing by putting his hands on somebody? Who says that? Who says my son did the right thing by putting his hands on somebody?
He always was one to step up and be the person that would do the right thing. And he was doing the right thing by saying to this gentleman that you're not supposed to be in this tent. This is like because they have personal items there.
A lot of stuff gets stolen and just like that, just precautions and stuff. And our coaches always told us don't let, other schools, like mess with our stuff, just sit in our tent area. And we set that up for the girls' track every meet we had. So it's just like he knew he wasn't supposed to be there, and it's just a tragedy what happened.
And then what happened, Austin? After your brother stepped up, what happened then?
Now listen to this part, because this news guy right here think that's the husband in the background. Watch what's about to happen now.
He stepped up over there, asked him to move, got aggressive, he grabbed the bag. And then I whipped my head around, and then all of a sudden I see him running down the bleachers, just grabbing his chest, just blood rushing out. He said, he got stabbed. First I froze for half a second. I didn't know what to do. And then I saw him about to fall. I would go over there.
Now she's still acting like she's hysterically crying, right? Let's look for some tears when she move her hand.
I grab him. I see this stuff.
Oh my God. If this is not the fakest fucking shit ever in life. Look at this.
I understand.
He looking at like, Mom, stop fucking faking. He didn't say that, but look how he looking at his mama. Because he know his mama is full of shit. And I don't know what, I gotta find out why she's full of shit. Why is she not really crying and hurting? Because if you really crying and hurting, like, come on, for real. Huh?
Yeah.
And then watch, the son's gonna say something.
I understand. Best I can.
Yeah, there was. You can see, you can picture what happened when what was coming out of his chest, and
yeah,
Y'all can visualize that stuff. I don't want to put down my mom right now, but I pushed my hand on there, trying to make it stop, and I grabbed his head, and I looked in his eye.
Ain't a tear in her damn eye. Ain't a tear in her eye.
I just saw his soul leave, and it took my soul too.
I'm so sorry. I'm going to ask you
Oh my God, this is just what?
one last question. I've seen interviews with your husband, who I can hear.
Okay, listen right here, y'all. Listen up. I need y'all to hear this very, very careful. Watch the boy gonna try to shut the mama up when the mama say she's gonna try to say that's not my husband, and the boy is going to tell her to be quiet because he don't want the world to know that the mama and the daddy got a divorce long ass time ago. Matter of fact, shortly after he was found guilty for sexually assault, or before he was locked up for sexual assault, she left him shortly after that. Okay, you guys, listen to this right quick.
I've seen interviews with your husband, who I can hear in the side, by the way. I think he's there in the room with you. I saw an interview last night. Okay, someone else.
You see how the boy just hushed his mama up? Because he don't want the mama to say that her and that man ain't together. They raised two different GoFundMes. The daddy then raised over 300 and some thousand, and the mama then raised almost 200 and some thousand separately. They're not together. They've been divorced, right? But they want to say the black boy was raised in a bad home. They said that. They've come out, at first I was neutral. Now I'm not neutral anymore because I don't like the way they coming out trying to make this black guy seem like he's a horrible ass person, and it was just perfectly fine for their son to put his hands on Carmelo. But, because at first I was like, they were both wrong. Carmelo wrong to stab him in the chest, but her son was wrong also for putting his hands on her. But because they want to just try to leave off the part that their son put his hands on Carmelo first, it's making me side-eye them. You understand what I'm saying? But the son right here did not want his mama to tell the world that she's not with the daddy.
I'm going to ask you one last question. I've seen interviews with your husband, who I can hear in the side, by the way. I think he's there in the room with you. I saw an interview last night.
It's just funny how he just assumed that she was married. She's not married. She's single, and so is the husband. She raised them boys in a single-ass family, but then they want to question the black boy, like, what type of family you come from? And come to find out, he actually has a real family, and they've been together for 17 years, over 17 years. I mean, the black kid, Carmela, mama and daddy's been married over 17 years, live in a nice suburban home in Dallas area or whatever, Fort Worth or whatever area, live in a nice home, nice jobs, nice careers, nice family, other siblings. I'm gonna get into it when we when I come back with the story. You know what I mean?
I saw an interview last night. Okay, someone else.
Then he gonna shut her up. And then she's just gonna shut up. You can't tell me they ain't hiding nothing. Why is the boy telling her to be quiet? Y'all tell me why this boy telling his mama to be quiet. Don't tell him that that's not your husband.
With your husband, who I can hear in the side, by the way. I think he's there in the room with you. I saw an interview last night. Okay, someone else. Yes, okay.
Yes, sir.
But I have seen interviews with your husband in the last 24 hours, and it was remarkable to me that I heard your husband say within hours of this that he forgave this other young man.
She says, who are they telling someone to move? She says, who are they telling someone to move or not supposed to be there? And she said, are you serious, Lorraine? That's a shame. The lawyers should look into that. What did Lorraine say? They stopped the GoFundMe for the black kid. No, they stopped the GoFundMe because that's a GoFundMe rule. You cannot be charged with a felony and have a GoFundMe set up. So they stopped the GoFundMe, but they opened up an active pay Ghost account, and they have raised over 300,000 in that account. It's a different account. So the GoFundMe refunded the money back, but they have something similar to a GoFundMe, and they have raised over $400,000. They've raised over $400,000 for Carmelo. And of course, people are outraged by it. They're upset, but they'll get the fuck over it because, I mean, he deserves a defense as well. This is America, right? But what do y'all think? I don't even know. I'm asking y'all now. I'm going to come back and do this live. Don't worry about it. I'm going to come back and do this live. We're going to get deep down into it because I done found out some things about the daddy. And I also found out some things about the brothers as a whole. Okay. So I'm going to come back and do that live for you guys. I'm not feeling the way I was feeling the other day. Like I was just pretty neutral and I was like, they were both in the wrong. And I would have maintained that stance had the mama not came out, because the daddy came out and was like, oh, I already forgave the boy or whatnot. And the mama like, nope, I don't forgive him. I don't know if she said I hate him or I despise him. The way she said it in an evil, spirited type way. I understand that, she lost her son, but the way she made it sound like it's an unforgivable act, while they're forgetting that their son is the one that initiated contact with this young fellow. So anyway, we're going to talk about it when I come back live. This right here, me talking now was just for me to chit chat with you guys, but I really want to get into this story because it's going to be around for a while. I still don't think he's going to get first degree. Y'all, good morning, Neo. Y'all heard it from me first. Well, probably not first, but you heard it from me here. So I don't think he's going to get first degree. We're going to carry this story all the way out. How do I send you something more? Talk about it with amore@gmail.com. Talk about it with Amore. Well, what is something you're trying to send me, like an article? If you're trying to send me an article, it's talk about it with amore@gmail.com. Or video. Talk about it with amore@gmail.com. They're going to do anything to try to get us to the street. We're going to get upset, but this is not our fight. It is our resting and repenting time. The Most High is here. What does that mean, Renita? What does that mean? Tell me, what does that mean? She said, read my comment, Auntie. Where is your comment, Courtney? Courtney, you might just have to write it again. Hey, Yasmin, good morning. Courtney, I don't see your comment, baby. You're going to have to write it again. I don't see it at all. It must be way up there. You're going to have to write it again, baby. She said, because that's not what they rehearsed. Shaking my head. This is crazy. Top of the morning, everyone. She said, okay, a video. Yes, if you want to send me a video, it's talkaboutitwithamora@gmail.com. But we're going to definitely follow this story. This type of stuff do interest me a lot because, I'm about what's right. I'm definitely about what's right. I don't think the kid should have stabbed him in the chest. But at the same time, if you got two guys coming after you, I can absolutely see why you may have reasonably thought that your life was in danger. So two big guys too, because these guys are like 6 feet or some shit like that or whatever. They ain't no small white guys, and when white people, racist people, whatever, when they get a hold of you, sometimes they can hurt you. They, they team up. So when it was just 101, when I thought it was just the one twin and going at it with the black boy, with Carmelo, I'm thinking, okay, he didn't have to stab him. He could have just fought him if that was the case. If he slapped you or pushed you, you could have pushed him back. But the fact now that I found out that Hunter is the one that initiated, which means Hunter, this guy right here, the one that's alive, he's the one that started the shit. He's the one that started the contact. When I heard that, I was like, oh, my, wait a minute. So when I found out that he's the one that started it, and then they said that the brother jumped in, now you got two MFers on one. That ain't no fair fight. You understand what I'm saying? It's not a fair fight. So the fact that he started it, but his brother jumped in, that widens the story. Do you understand what I'm saying? See, I didn't know that. I actually thought it was just the brother and the guy. But no, he started the shit. He said that Carmelo said something inappropriate and he turned around and started conversing with him. Okay. So the fact that he started conversing with him and then he said his brother jumped in after he got aggressive, right? But why would Carmelo get aggressive? Because I'm pretty sure that Hunter has said something that he ain't coming out here and telling us now. Hey, Neo, did you know that the father was arrested for sexual assault? I'm going to talk about it on my next live. But the father also questioned what type of home was the black kid raised in to have him bringing a knife to a track meet. You know, she said, yes, I agree. They think it's a good to keep bullying us. It's been going on for centuries, all for the color of our skin. The dumbest thing I ever seen in my life. Yes, I had all the wrong information. Glad I caught this live. You had all the wrong information on what, Yolanda? Let me know. All the wrong information on what? Because when I saw this right here, I said, Fox don't even realize. And you know what? Let me download it before they delete it, because hold on a second, y'all. Let me download this right quick, just in case, because they're actually, you know, I'm sure they're gonna give. I'm sure the attorney is gonna see this. What's the thing again? Oh yeah, okay. I'm just downloading it right quick, y'all. Hold on. I'm sure the attorney is gonna see this. They should have an attorney that told them to shut the fuck up, because they're the one that's going on every news outlet talking and talking and talking, right? So she says, I thought the black kid started it and that he was being bullied. Who was being bullied? No, listen, the white kid started it. He said it himself. And that's why they need a lawyer. And that's why their lawyer should have told them to shut the fuck up, because right here, he initiated contact. Listen, look. Out of his own damn mouth. Out of his own ass mouth, he says it. Hold on. They don't even realize how much trouble that, you know, when they tell these stories, how he's going to get his own brother. He's going to get his own brother's murderer or killer. I ain't going to say murder because I don't feel like it was murder. I feel like he killed him, but I don't think it was murder. Okay. But he's going to get him off. Hunter is, because of his own words. Listen.
Said something behind me. I've never met this kid in my entire life. Never knew who he was. Said something just inappropriate and uncalled for. And I turned around and asked him who he was.
See, he said the boy said something behind him that was inappropriate. You go? Okay. You coming back? Okay. He going to the gym first, then he gonna come back and get me. He's gonna walk. But anyway, the boy, Carmelo, the Hunter just said Carmelo said something inappropriate. He turned around and asked him who he was or whatever. And then he said that the black boy started getting aggressive, and then his brother jumps in. Listen to it. Listen to it.
We come back, we sit down, and this kid said something behind me. I've never met this kid in my entire life, never knew who he was. Said something just inappropriate and uncalled for. And I turned around and asked him who he was. He started getting really aggressive. My brother stepped in. He started being, you know, how he always is with his brothers, just having my back. And things started getting more.
Why would he have to have his back? He said, my brother stepped in and did what he always do, and that's having my back. Why does Austin need to have Hunter's back? What was going on for him to have his brother's back? Is one kid, is Carmelo. His brother Hunter is talking to Carmelo. What's the necessary need for Austin to jump in? He said, my brother jumped in and do what he always do, and that is have my back. They tried to double team the black kid. Okay? Listen, he said out his own damn mouth. He's putting his foot in his mouth is what he's doing.
We come back, we sit down, and this kid said something behind me. I've never met this kid in my entire life, never knew who he was. Said something just inappropriate and uncalled for. And I turned around and asked him who he was. He started getting really aggressive. My brother stepped in. He started being, how he always is with just brothers, just having my back. And things started getting more higher intensity. The kid said,
things start getting more higher intensity, which means there was things said, and I guarantee you there was threats made. He said things start getting more high intensity. Things start getting more high intensity, meaning that there was threats made. Okay, she said it means due to the political climate we're in, protests should be done with caution because the dude occupying the White House can't wait to declare martial law. Oh, yeah, Shelley, you're right about that. I agree. I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you. I do believe if they get out in the street in March, it's going to be some bloodshed because who we have in the White House. So, but I do believe that there is going to be a march, especially if they don't lower his bond and try to hold him until he goes to court. Okay, but he has the money to get out. To be honest with you.
And things started getting more higher intensity. The kid said some aggressive stuff, reckless stuff.
The kid said reckless stuff, aggressive and a reckless stuff. Okay, the kid said. The kid. They the same age, but he said the kid said.
To try to handle the problem.
He said, my brother tried to handle the problem. Listen, he tried to handle the problem. Now, in the police report, it says that he pushed Carmelo out the seat, trying to get him from underneath the tent. He pushed him. But here, Hunter says he tried to handle the problem. The mother, you heard her say, he's always stepped up and tried to do the right thing. Putting your hands on somebody is not the right things, ladies and gentlemen. It's not. It is absolutely not.
Some aggressive stuff, reckless stuff, and also try to handle the problem.
Austin was always one to step up. He always was one to step up and be the person that would do the right thing.
The right thing. He's always the one to step up to do the right thing, and that is what? Put his hands on somebody? Are you kidding me?
And he was doing the right thing by saying to this gentleman that you're not supposed to be in this tent.
No, that's Karen talk, okay? The way she just said he was doing the right thing and step up saying that you're not supposed to be in this tent. That's Karen talk. They love always saying shit like, you're not supposed to be here. You're not supposed to be here. You don't belong here. This is not your neighborhood. This is not your apartment complex. This is not your condo interest. You're not supposed to be at this pool. You're not supposed to be at this restaurant. You're not supposed to be at this school. They love saying you're not supposed to be here. Why? Because they don't think that you belong. That's Karen talk. He always stepped up to do the right thing. That's probably why he's about to be 6 foot under right now. Because he always stepped up to do the right thing. Okay? The right thing to them is treating somebody less than they are. His brother thought that he could treat somebody less than and kick them out their seat, push them out their seat. And now they about to be singing songs, okay? And bringing flowers. Will Carmelo truly get justice in Texas and this political climate change we're in? If he get a fair jury selection, yes, I do think that he will get. Listen, I don't think if he gets a fair jury selection, meaning if he gets 6 blacks and 6 whites, and I say that color, 6 blacks and 6 whites because it is what it is at this point. If he gets a fair jury selection, then yes, I do believe that he will probably get manslaughter, if not the self-defense altogether. He's either going to get self-defense altogether or he's going to get manslaughter. I do not believe that he will get first degree at all. It will either be manslaughter, which will probably be 5 to 6 years in jail, or he will get off totally. Because both of them, if the lawyer is good enough, the lawyer can win this case because both of the boys approached and argued with Carmelo. before Carmelo threatened them. And when I say threaten, not really threaten them, but warn them, warn, threat, whatever word you want to use. Before Carmelo said, if you put your hands on me, see what happens. Before Carmelo did that, both boys had already spoken to him. Okay. So he was arguing with both of the boys. She says, no, he won't get a fair trial in Texas. I think if the jury selection is fair, he will. So they have been doing things like this for a while, but they met their match. I'm sorry that someone lost their life, but you can't do certain things to everybody. You never know what will happen. Absolutely. You know, at first I had a lot of empathy for the mom until I saw her with these fake ass tears on this particular interview. When I didn't see not one tear fall, something tells me something ain't right. Something tells me something is not right. I'm telling you. My spirit tells me something's not right. How in the world you just lost your son? Now, I've never lost a kid. Well, I had a stillborn, but it wasn't the same as, you know, losing a kid that you have, you know, held, spoken to, changed, birthed, fed. You know what I mean? Like a real kid or whatever. I shouldn't say a real kid. That doesn't sound right. But you know what I'm saying? Somebody that you developed a bond with. So I don't understand how the mama and the brother is doing news around the world tours on these news stations or whatever. And this mama ain't bawling her eyes out. I don't get it. I would be so devastated. Ain't no way I'll be sitting up there just listening to them talk about I wouldn't even want no camera in my face. I would not want no camera in my face. I don't get this. She a little bit too damn calm, and the shaking and the you know, your shoulders bouncing up and down, but ain't no tear fell. Get the F out of here. Something is not right. Like, I don't get that part. I think she knows that her son was in the wrong.
He always was one to step up and be the person that would do the right thing. And he was doing the right thing by saying to this gentleman that you're not supposed to be in this tent. This is like, because they have personal items there.
A lot of stuff gets stolen, just like that, just precautions and stuff. And our coaches always told us, don't let, you know, other schools, you know, like mess with our stuff, just sit in our tent area. And we set that up for the girls' track every meet we had. So it's just like, he knew he wasn't supposed to be there. And he was just a tragedy what happened.
And then what happened, Austin? After your brother stepped up, what happened then?
He stepped up over there, asked him to move, got aggressive, he grabbed the bag. And then I whipped my head around, and then all of a sudden I see him.
Do you realize he said he got aggressive like 3 or 4 times? He got aggressive. And getting aggressive as a white person, getting aggressive coming from a black person is not agreeing with them. They feel like if you raise your voice, like if they raise their voice at you, it's almost like the Robert supporters, right? They feel like they can talk about you, drag you, dog you. But the moment you dog them and drag them back out, what do they want to do? They're going to run to the courtroom, right? They want to try to say you will harass them or stalking them or whatnot. So what he's saying, Hunter, when Hunter say he got aggressive, that means he didn't agree. He didn't apply. He didn't comply to their demand, meaning that he didn't get up and just walk away. He didn't leave. He stood his ground. That's aggressive to them. He got aggressive. He talked back. You understand what I'm saying? He talked back. He didn't just, you know, whimper out and say, oh, okay, let me just get up and leave, you know? He got aggressive. He said he got aggressive like 3 or 4 times.
Running down the beach, just grabbing his chest, just blood rushing out. You know, he said, yo, you got stabbed. First I froze for half a second.
She's bouncing her chest again, you guys. Watch, she's going to come up, lift her head, ain't a tear in sight. That's what I don't understand. Why you fake crying, Mom? I don't understand that. Why is Mom fake crying right here, you guys?
What to do. And then I saw him about to fall. I would go over there, grab him, ask me, stop.
Just, what? Are you kidding kidding me right now? Just stop. Just stop. No tears in sight. None.
I understand. Best I can.
But yeah, it was. You can see, you can picture what happened when what was coming out of his chest, and y'all can visualize how this stuff. I don't want to put down my mom right now, but I pushed my hand on there, trying to make it stop, and I grabbed his head and I looked in his eyes. I just saw his soul leave, and it took my soul too.
I'm so sorry.
She ain't used a tissue or nothing. No tissue, no nothing. I mean, Neo, eyes dry as fuck. Do you hear me?
I'm going to ask you one last question. I've seen interviews with your husband.
Watch how she changes her tone just that fast. Now, she's supposed to be crying, bawling, crying out her damn mind. This just reminds me of women that shout in the church, and then all of a sudden they can stop immediately, like immediately. Don't you supposed to, like, if you shouting in church, don't you supposed to bring it down? Like, you bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. Watch how she just stops immediately. Watch this.
Who I can hear inside, by the way. I think he's there in the room with you. I saw an interview last night. Okay. So
you see, no, but you mean to tell me you crying hysterically like this? How can you even hear the question if you crying hysterically like this? You can't even hear the question.
With your husband, who I can hear inside, by the way. I think he's there in the room with you. I saw an interview last night.
No tear, no tissue. Listen. I just came from a wedding, right? I just came from a wedding, my daughter's wedding. And as they was up there giving each other their vows, every bridemaid was in tears. Every bridemaid had to be handed a piece of tissue because they was crying at a wedding. And they had to be handed a piece of tissue. Why this lady ain't got a tissue in sight? You just lost your son. She ain't got a piece of tissue in sight. Where are the tears going? Are they melting in her skin? My husband did his dance. Daughter, father dance. He took an apron that we were eating, the eating apron that you eat, you wipe your mouth when you're eating. He took that out on the dance floor with him because he knew he was going to be crying. And he used it to wipe his eyes as he was dancing with his baby girl on her wedding day. Where's her tissue? Where is it?
Okay, someone else. Yes, okay.
Yes, sir.
But I have seen interviews with your husband in the last 24 hours, and it was remarkable to me that I heard...
She ain't got tears nowhere. Nowhere.
Your husband say, within hours of this, that he forgave this other young man, and he got... Listen
to what she says. Now, this is something else that turned me in the worst way. Listen to what she says.
There so quickly. And I honestly don't know that I could. And I just want to see, and I don't know if there's a right or a wrong place to be, especially as quickly as this has happened. Megan, how do you feel on that front today?
I am not like their dad. I am so angry at that boy. It's just not fair. That's all I have.
I understand.
I'd like to say this.
I'm so angry at that boy. I'm so angry. I'm not like their dad, meaning that she doesn't forgive him. That's what the guy said. He's already came out and said he forgive him. Well, of course, he's already raised over $300,000. That's all he's thinking about. But he was arrested for sexual assault back in 2011. But he's getting over $300,000. They're like, shoot, I'd rather have it. Anyway, get me started.
So quickly. And I honestly don't know that I could. And I just want to... Yeah. I understand. best I can.
But yeah, it was. You can see, you can picture what happened when what was coming out of his chest. And
But you saying her anger is understandable. I would be angry if I lost a child too. But would you be angry that your child put his hands on someone? Because they're forgetting to say that part. They're neglecting to say, but my son was in the wrong as well. Her son was in the wrong as well. Both of them, both of her sons, because they both argued with the young fella.
Yeah.
y'all can visualize that stuff. I don't want to put down my mom right now, but I pushed my hand on there, trying to make it stop, and I grabbed his head and I looked in his eyes. I just saw his soul leave, and it took my soul too.
I'm so sorry. I'm going to ask you one last question. I've seen interviews with your husband, who I can hear in the side, by the way. I think he's there in the room with you. I saw an interview last night.
So you just literally just got finished swallowing, spit, and everything because you just so hurt. But you can answer that that's not your husband in the room. But Hunter doesn't want people to know that that's not his daddy, because he don't want them to know that his mom and daddy is divorced. So he's going to try to shut him up. He's going to try to shut the mama up. Don't say nothing.
Okay, someone else. Yes, okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But I have seen interviews with your husband in the last 24 hours. And
She know that ain't her damn husband. Look how she looked up. She know that ain't her husband. She know that's not her husband. But she can't say shit because her son just told her to shut the fuck up. She know that's not her husband. She know that they ain't been together since he been charged with sexual assault.
okay, someone else. Yes, okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But I have seen interviews with your husband in the last 24 hours.
Look
And
how she looks up. Like, that ain't my damn husband.
it was remarkable to me that I heard your husband say within hours of this that he forgave this other young man, and he got there so quick.
You see how he's talking to her? Look at Hunter, you guys. This whole interview is absolute crazy. Look how he talks to her, even while the man is talking. Look how Hunter is talking to her. He's feeding her. Watch.
This other young man, that he forgave this other young man, and he got there so
You
quick.
see? He's talking to her. Something ain't right, y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all. I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's going to come out. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. So more, I think he was trying to stop her from telling who was in the room. Okay, if he's trying to stop her from telling who's in the room, what is he telling her right now when he's talking to her? What is he saying right now?
This other young man, that he forgave this other
Right here. Look, he's going to look at her and he's going to say something.
young man.
Listen, look.
And he got there.
He's talking to his mama. He's saying something. What is he saying?
That I heard your husband say within hours of this, that he forgave this other young man, and he got there so quick.
What is he saying?
Hours of this, that he forgave this other young man, and he got there so quickly. And I honestly don't know that I could. And I just want to see, and I don't know if there's a right or a wrong place to be, especially as quickly as this has happened. Megan, how do you feel on that front today?
I am not like their dad. I am so angry at that boy. It's just not fair. That's all I have.
I understand.
I'd like to say,
Oh, he's saying don't say nothing about dad. Let's go back. You said he's saying don't say nothing about dad. Hold on.
I don't know that I could. And I just want to see, and I don't know if there's a right or a wrong place to be, especially as quickly as this has happened. Megan, how do you feel on that front today?
I am not like
Let's go back a little bit.
was coming out of his chest, and
Yeah.
I just
I'm so sorry. I'm going to ask you one last. I saw an interview last night. Okay, someone else. Yes, okay.
yes, sir.
But I have seen interviews with your husband in the last 24 hours, and it was remarkable to me that I heard your husband say within hours of this that he forgave this other young man, and he got there.
Hold on. I wish I could read lips. Hold on. Let me slow it down a little bit. I wish I could read lips. Hold on one second. Let me just see.
That he forgave this other young man, and he got there so.
I can't understand what he's saying. I'm not skilled in that area. I am not skilled in that area. I have no idea what he's saying. Hold on.
Quickly. No, I don't.
Yeah, I don't know.
That he forgave this other young man, and he got there so quickly. And I honestly don't know that I could. And I just want to see, and I don't know if there's a right or a wrong place to be, especially as quickly as this has happened.
He probably telling her to say she doesn't forgive. She angry at the boy, but her son started it. Yeah.
Megan, how do you feel on that front today?
I am not like their dad.
Okay, so I have to say to you guys, I think that they're being coached by a cop or a detective or something like that, law enforcement. I think they're being coached. She said, why is he calling her dad her husband? They aren't married. They just want to portray them like they come from a good family, and Carmela didn't. Exactly, Yaz. Did you see where she was getting ready to say he's not her husband, but the boy told her to be quiet? Did you see that? The boy said, shh, because he doesn't want people to know that his mama and daddy are not married, in my opinion. Did you see that? She said, watch the play. Fox News host is calling Carmela a young man. They want him charged as an adult. A good lawyer will get him charged as a minor. They're already charging him as an adult. They're charging him as an adult, but in the state of Texas, he can get charged as an adult, but he can't get adult. Let me see, how do I say this? He can't get adult punishment, if you will. You know what I mean? Like, they can charge him as an adult, which they are charging him as an adult, but he won't get adult punishment, meaning that he cannot get the death penalty and he cannot get life without parole because he's not an adult. Anybody under the age of 18 in Texas cannot get the punishment of an adult. So he won't get the death penalty. That's off the table because he's 17. And he won't get life in prison. That's off the table. Excuse me, not life in prison. He won't get life in prison without parole because he's 17. So if he was an adult, he can get charged as an adult and punished as an adult, meaning that he can get life in prison without parole, possibility of parole. But this won't happen to him, even if they do charge him. If they find him guilty for first degree. But I don't think, I'm not a lawyer. However, excuse me, I can 99%, say that he would not get charged with first degree. She said they already said too much. In my opinion, Shelly, I believe they've already said too much too. She said the brother's story has changed every time he tell it. The other interview, he said something else, and so did the police report. I'm going to listen to each one of his interviews. I think that is a very big mistake that he's going around and doing this, but I believe that the reason why he's doing it is because they want the nation to already form an opinion. They're trying to try the case in the eyes of the public. right? Already. So they're already trying to put the story out because like the guy that kneeled on George Floyd's neck, he didn't have a chance in hell because the way it was put out, not saying that he was innocent anyway. I mean, I feel like he should have went to prison as well for the mere fact that, God damn it, the man is telling you he can't breathe and you don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, so I believe that, you know, his humanity went out the door, flying out the door or whatever, right? However, I believe that they're going around on these interview tours to try to taint the minds of people to make it sound like this is just wrong on every level. Now, I'm not saying it was right what Carmelo did. I would still say that I think that he should have used different measures. However, now that I found out that it actually started with Hunter and Austin stepped in, that tells me it was 2 against 1. If not the other boys. Now, they said there's a tape of it that's floating around. I want to see the tape because I feel like on the tape, you're going to see 2 aggressive, big white boys going at it against and threatening. I believe he was threatened. And that's why I believe he said, if you put your hands on me. I believe that the white boy said, if you don't get the F out of here, I'm going to throw you out or I'm going to remove you out. And I believe that's what he said. If you put your hands on me, see what happened. See what happened if you put your hands on me, something like that. Why would he just say that? He said that because he was threatened, you guys. Okay? He was threatened. The white boys threatened him. Hunter and his brother, Austin, threatened him. Now, of course, this is allegedly, and this is Amora's damn opinion. But ain't no normal ass child gonna come out their mouth and say, put your hands on me and see what happened if he's not being threatened. Y'all see how when Fishy says she's gonna spit on me or the drunk auntie says she's gonna slap me, and how do I respond? Slap me and see what happens, right? Spit on me and see what happened. I'm gonna snatch your tongue dead out your damn mouth and shove it down your damn esophagus, right? So would I just say that just because? No. You want to know why? Because I'm a normal ass person. Now, a non-normal person will go around threatening people. But a normal person won't threaten, but they will tell you, if you spit on me, if you put your hands on me, then see what happened. Okay? So again, I believe he was threatened. And the fact that he was threatened, that is why he said, put your hands on me and see what happened. Put your hand on me and see what happened. It was probably a pocket knife and a lot of people carrying them. And there are videos that they are trying to get ahead of the narrative. Well, like I said, I believe that he was threatened. And now that Hunter out his own mouth, y'all. Now, if somebody else would have said this, I would have questioned. I would have side-eyed. But Hunter out his own damn mouth said the argument started with him. When he said the guy was back there talking inappropriately, which I heard the guy was talking on the phone, but nevertheless, he said the guy was talking inappropriately. Inappropriately to him might just be loud enough for Hunter to hear it. Right? So he was back there talking. Hunter didn't like whatever he was saying. Hunter turned around, asked him, who are you? Said, you don't belong here, whatever the case may be. And the brother jumped in. It was 2 against 1. At minimum, we don't know if another one of his tall, big, bulky, country ass friends jumped in or not, but we'll find out when we see the tape. But for right now, we know for sure it was 2 against 1. So he felt trapped. You got 2 big white country boys stepping to you. And you like, whoa, man, I just want to sit out of the rain. I want to get out of the rain, right? So he don't know what could have happened. You got 2 boys, aggressive young men coming at you. So like I said, when I thought it was just Austin and him, they were both in the wrong. Now I know that Hunter was involved as well, right? I thought they said that the brother died in his twin arms, right? I thought the other brother just so happened to be there and walked up and boom, boom, boom. You know, that's what happened. But no, when I found out that the argument started with Hunter turning around and sticking his nose where it didn't belong or whatnot, he started it. He initiated contact with Carmelo. So Hunter started it, and Austin, and it ended up with Austin. She said, "Yep, Amore, and lawyers will you doing that too, going on news stations." She said, "I think all the friends were talking shit to him, and see, and that even makes it worse. See, we don't know that yet, right? We don't know that yet, but we do know Hunter and his brother was both engaging with this young man. They were both engaging with this young man, and I believe wholeheartedly that they threatened him. I feel like the white family is not close knit and have a lot of family issues. It will come out in court." Well, one, the daddy was charged with sexual assault. I mean, right there, something ain't right with his ass. He just collected over 300 and some $1,000. He probably, I don't know. He probably wasn't in the boy's life like that. If you ask me. She said, "I feel like," oh, I just read that. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Robin. She said, "I can bet you they said aggressively to Carmelo to get from under the tent or other choices, race words." So they tried to say race words wasn't used, but I believe, I believe, I don't know about race words, but I guarantee you, I believe he was threatened. I guarantee you he was threatened. She says they were in the bathroom and walked up to him sitting there. Why didn't any of the other kids have an issue with him sitting there? They probably didn't have an issue with him sitting there. But these two boys did, both of them. These twins had an issue, So anyway, we're going to get into it. We're going to get into this story. I'm not going to let this one slide. I'm going to carry it all the way out, as long as God give me breath in my body. She said they're trying to paint them as a good family. Of course they are. Of course they're trying to paint them as a good family. She said, of course they can't let the public know they're racist. Of course. But thank you, Binky. But I'm going to keep following up on this story. They go to court today to see if his bond can be reduced to a lower bond. I hope it is, but if not, they have the money to get him out. So he should be out today, or as soon as the judge can sign off, because he has over 400,000. And if they do it the way they normally do it, $1 million, 10% is 100,000, right? So he would have the $100,000 to get out, and so I do believe he probably will get out today, even if they don't lower the bond, which means that he's probably going to have to raise a little bit more funds because I'm sure it's going to take more than just $200,000 to fight this case. They're going to have to go and peel back the onion, find out what type of family this is. And baby, when I tell you, they're going to find out what type of family this is. They're going to find out what other incidents that these young fellas have gotten into. We already then found out that, I'm going to mention this when I come back live, that the Carmelo saved a guy's life when he was drowning. He was like 6 years old. A little boy was drowning. And Carmelo, he did selfless service. A lot of people don't recognize selfless service. You put yourself in harm's way to save another life. That ain't no killer. And that's what he did. He put himself in harm's way to save another kid's life. So he's already a hero. He saved a little boy from drowning. Carmelo. Yeah, the one that's sitting in prison right now. The one that they say came from a broken, horrible ass home. Yeah, he saved a little boy's life. They are trying to demonize Carmelo. This is their playbook. Well, of course, they do that to all Black people because they look at us as non-humans, just like how Robert supporters look at Breonna as non-human. They do that to white people, do it to Black people. Not all whites, but the racist as whites do. They look at us as not human. They feel like we don't have feelings, and they say things like that. Oh, you don't feel, you don't have no feelings. You don't hurt, you don't have no pain. They feel like that about us. Right? She said, exactly. If it was a problem, one of the other kids would have said something before they even came back. They were bullies, period. Yeah, he dipped his nose where it didn't belong. He dipped his nose, and then his brother put his hands on him. They probably will lower the bond and put a tracking device on him. They might. I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, this happened April the 2nd. It is April the 14th. He already been locked up too long, in my opinion. 12 days. 12 days he's been locked up. So anyway, we're gonna come back with it, you know. She said exactly if he was the problem, one of the other kids would have said something before they came back. Oh yeah, I agree with that. So anyway, they can try to demonize him all they want to. The fact of the matter is, the news people don't want to, you know, push the narrative that Austin pushed him. In the police report, it says he pushed him. You see, even now, the kid don't want to say that. The kid want to say he handled it. He handled the situation. He handled the situation. Okay, well then, well, he didn't do a pretty good job because he handled the situation, and now he gonna forever have his eyes closed. So is that called handling the situation? They are all lying to the police because if the coaches seen the incident, why not stop it in the beginning? That is something to think about. I like the fact that they said that there is camera footage. We want to see that. Release that shit. Release the camera footage, and I guarantee you're going to see two guilty ass white boys starting shit. That's what I think you're going to see. They were starting shit. They were starting shit, and it was more than one, and they felt like they had the upper hand. But we're going to talk about it when we come back, because I want this live. I want the live that I'm going to do on them to be totally separate. So, because, you know, I do believe that, you know, it's a story to be told. You know what I mean? So we're going to continue it. I hope you guys don't mind. We're going to come back. Let me see. It's 6:15. I'm probably going to come back around 9:30. Yeah, about 9:30. So if you guys can come watch, y'all can. And then if not, just catch the replay. She said, and it may be more than one footage, hopefully. Yes. Hopefully. We'll see. But it's going to come out, y'all. It's going to come out. So I don't, let me see. I think they do go back to court. Let me see what time. I want to say they said 11 o'clock, but let me just make sure. Or was it 9 o'clock? What time is court for Carmelo today? Court is set at 9 o'clock. So let me see. Is that Central, Eastern? Is it Texas though? Is it Central or Eastern? So it would be hold on. Let's go back. Well, since it's in Texas, I'm going to assume it's our time because it just says Central. So it'll be Central time. So that's 9 o'clock my time. So you know what? Then I'm going to go live at probably 10 o'clock. Because they'll still be, about 10 o'clock. How long does those type of hearings last? She said, if I'm asleep, I'll catch the replay. Okay, thank you, Debbie. The one witness said that they walked up to him at the tent. He was on the phone. He probably was on the phone. He said something inappropriate back there, but who knows what inappropriate is? You know? Who deems it inappropriate? The twin boys? Like, you know, come on. Oh my God. Let's just keep it real. Let's keep it 100. But anyway, I'm gonna come back at 10 o'clock because, well, how long y'all think court lasts? It could last a good little minute, right? Like 30 minutes, an hour. I think it'll be less than an hour. So I'll come live at 10 o'clock, 10 my time. So if you guys can hop back on at 10 my time, that would be great because we're going to talk about this, honey. We ain't going to let this slip through the cracks. So I'm going to go ahead and set up my thumbnail and everything. And thank y'all so much. She said it's a really good live. Thank you, Gloria. Thank you, 4 a.m. to 7 p.m., Debbie. Thank y'all. You know, one thing I like about us, I like the fact that we can come in here and we can talk about these old hating ass people that, you know, we've been dealing with for a couple of years now. But we also can come in here and we can break down real content, you know, like not when I say real content, I mean other stories. Honey, we ain't just stuck on one thing. And that's why I love us. You know what I'm saying? She said we might not know anything until the afternoon. You think it'll be afternoon rambling? I don't know, with them news people in there, they might release something right away, but we'll see. I'll still come back at 10. She said, I was just so behind in this live, LOL. It's okay. So we're gonna talk about this. We're gonna carry it all the way out. Every update we get, Amora is gonna bring it to you guys. And Sean is actually doing the story as well. And Sean has more of a legal background than I do. You know, she works with lawyers. So we're gonna, you know, if you guys would watch both of our commentary on it, would be great. So she's discussing it too. And I will be discussing it. Y'all know me, I'm gonna keep it raw and all my feelings gonna be in it. I'm letting you know now. Not feelings like that. I shouldn't say it like that, but I'm gonna put my opinion in it. She said, yes, it takes a few hours to enter everything into the system. Oh, okay. Okay. So, but yeah, you know, she's talking about it as well. So, and I think Neo, are you talking about it as well? Are you in here, Neo? I think Neo might be discussing it on the platform too. Let me look. I thought I saw Neo. Let me send this to. I'm gonna send this article to Sean right quick because I found this to be very interesting. Where is Sean? Let me see. Somebody texts me and says she's a troll. Who's a troll? All right, I just texted to Sean. Is LaConda's in here? She said yes, it take a few hours to enter everything. It just says okay. Well, anyway, let me see if Neo. Hold on. Let me see if Neo is covering it. That's what I was about to do. Hold on 1 second. Neo. And it's going to be more people that pick this story up because it is a very interesting story. So, oh, it doesn't look like Neo is covering it. Yeah, it doesn't look like she's covering it. So right now it's just Sean and I. She said you have to cover the trial too once it starts. Oh, you know I am. I'm gonna take it all the way out. That's what I said. I'm taking this one all the way out. I may not stay on top of all them other cases, but I'm definitely gonna stay on this one. This case, believe it or not, is going to get bigger than what it is. And the reason being is because there's a bunch of angry white people out there right now that are you covering it on Facebook, Ruthanna? Okay. Ruthanna's covering it on Facebook. Yeah, no, it's going to get bigger. And the reason being is because it's some angry white people out there that is just angry right now that he's even have people defending him. But everybody deserves a defense. You know what I mean? Everybody deserves a defense. This is America. Like, come on. They think it's supposed to just be cut dry and everybody's supposed to hate this little young fellow right now. If the boy hadn't pushed him, then I'd be side-eyeing Carmelo, right? But the boy put his hands on this dude. Like, come on, I don't understand how people cannot understand. Because, you know, I heard some newscasters say, or I don't even know they were newscasters. They may have just been podcasters, but they say, why he just didn't walk away? Why he just didn't get his things and leave? Like, come on, what year are we in here? You can't just expect somebody to be pushed on and think that they just going to get up and just be like, okay, well, let me move. Like, who the fuck do you guys think y'all are? No, that's just not how things work these days anymore. Don't put your hands on people. She said, yep, I have white people in my comments, big mad. I'm sure they're going to be big mad in mine too, Dana. I'm gonna have to check yours out, baby. She said self-defense in white eyes only for them. Well, honey, that ain't how your girl over here feels. She said the more he hired a new attorney, they said it was a good move on the family part because he really a good criminal defense. So I saw the guy that they said is his new attorney. Let me show y'all who he is. I said I was gonna do this when we come back, but hold on. I'm still gonna do it when we come back. But I saw the guy. I've never heard of him before. I need to do a little research on him. Hold on. So I need to oh, I spelled his name wrong. Carmeletta. Damn, that's nice spell his name. It's Carmelo. Carmelo. His attorney is it's a black guy, but hold on. I'll say it in a minute. She says, Mike, I forgot the last name. His name Mike. He may have to get a chance to change the venue of the case. He would never get a fair trial. See, I don't feel that way. I know y'all feel that way, but I don't feel that way. I actually trust the justice system to an extent, you guys. And I think I say that because I just think that you just have to have the right team behind you. But I do trust the justice system. If you have a fair jury selection, I trust the justice system. Not 100%. I don't trust nobody 100%, but I trust it more than I doubt it. White people really believe the rules over us, especially in the southern state. Yeah, they do. They do believe they rule over black people. That's why I told y'all my incident when I was in Mississippi. What happened? And I went out to the car.
TXU Energy Ultimate Season Pass. 50% off energy charges during peak winters.
And I told my husband about it, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you were supposed to wait." Oh, his name is Mike Howard. Let me see. Let me look at him. He should have had the same one that boy had. Let me see. Oh, that's him. I don't see. Well, it says. Let me see his name. Yeah, it says he hired the family of Carmelo Anthony has announced the hiring of attorney Mike Howard, an experienced criminal defense attorney lawyer in North Texas, to lead Carmelo's legal defense as his case progresses. The family expressed gratitude to previous attorneys for their early support and emphasized the need for a comprehensive legal team to address the complexity of the situation. They are also urging the community for continued financial contribution to support ongoing fundraising efforts, which are crucial for ensuring Carmelo's constitutional rights are protected. As the upcoming bond reduced hearing approach, the family is calling for public engagement and solidarity during this challenging time. He's gonna have my support. I'm supporting Carmelo. He'll have my support. She said, I have absolutely no faith in the American justice system. They do whatever they want for real. Black people rarely beat the system, even when we are in the right. I disagree, but I understand what you're saying, but I don't agree with that. She said we need to talk about Quandarius, the football player who choked out his girlfriend on camera. Yeah, we're gonna talk about him too, because somebody just sent me that shit. Yeah, that was crazy as hell. Hope he get kicked off the damn team. And I think he did, didn't he? I think he just ruined his whole damn career. Is he locked up too? I think he just got locked up too. We need to talk about that as well because what the F? What the entire F? We need to talk about that too. But I do have faith in the justice system. And the reason why I say that, y'all, my son, I told y'all, my son was facing 2 felonies and 2 misdemeanors. They was trying to give my son 10 years. And, you know, we beat it with legal, you know, we had to hire an attorney, but we beat it. So I do have faith in the legal system. I just think it worked with people. I don't even know if it's all about a color thing. It's about money too. And that's another story for another day. But I believe that if you have enough money, look at OJ. OJ beat the damn the case, you know, and I believe OJ was guilty. I believe he had something to do with, you know, the unaliving of his ex, you know. So but he beat it. Why? Because he got money. Now I'm not saying everybody with money beat it, but I do believe it has a lot to do with it. So I believe I have faith in the justice system because my son himself beat 10 years. He did not get the 10 years that he was facing. My son ain't never even spent a whole day in jail. He was in holding cell for like 6 hours and they let him go. He never even made it upstairs facing 2 felonies and 2 misdemeanors and never had to dress out of nothing. Never. They said that's not the first girlfriend he choked out. Yeah, his ass need to stay in jail. Like, who the hell is he? You know? He said that football player was definitely trying to unalive her. He damn sure was. And did you see the sister attacking her for pressing charges? She act like RH supporters. Oh my God. No, I didn't see the sister, but what the freak? She's, I'm glad you back. You look beautiful. More at work. See you later. Thank you so much, Benita. Yes, I am back full in effect. And we're not gonna. And we got like how y'all announcing now. We got cases to break down. We got cases to break down. We really ain't got time to be frying fish every day. Stinking fish, stinking whole ass fish. You know, we might do her once a week or once every other week. But we got other cases to break down, you guys. It's stinking smelly ass fish just wants to stay relevant. But we got shit to talk about over here. You understand what I'm saying? Them other jealous itty bitty people or whatever, they'll never have anything else to talk about. They wouldn't know how to break down a case if a case came in front of their ugly ass faces. You hear me? So anyway, like I said, we got stories to break down over here. We're gonna break these stories all the way down because there's so much stuff that's happening out there while other people just jealous and hateful and want to just hate on a 32-year-old, soon to be 33-year-old female every day, all damn day. But not saying that we ain't gonna fry fish every now and again if she keeps fucking coming for it. She's a more if it's about money, it's not a fair system. Our people as a collective cannot afford good legal representation, and the court knows that. Therefore, we rarely receive justice. Well, if you look at it like that, I understand, but I just didn't want you to think that it was a black and white thing because it's not. Because even if you white and broke, your ass may end up in jail. So I don't think that it's totally a race thing. I think it's more a classless thing, not a race thing. You know what I mean? She said, please let fishy rot. Her fucking ass is gonna rot. You hear me? She said, yes, justice for this young man. Yes. She said that fish is disgusting. Never seen an almost 60-year-old so desperate to be picked. Absolutely, yes. Yes, I'm over that old trout. That want to stay stuck. They want to stay stuck talking about breed. They don't have content. They want if the thing about it is they do have content. There is content out there. They don't. She said it's race, it's class, and it's history. You think it's both, Ramblin'? I don't know if it's both. I don't think it's both, but they do have content. They just don't know how to break it down. There's content out there. They just don't know how to break it down. You know, they call themselves, especially the ones that call themselves so intelligent. They don't know how to break a damn case down. They don't do no research or anything. They don't know how to break a case down. So there's content. It's not that they don't have the content. It's there. They just don't know how to break the content down. You know what I mean? So, and then people don't want to hear that shit. They people ain't studying Carmelo. They ain't studying the what's the guy name that choked his wife, his girlfriend out? How you say his name again? What is it? Juane or something like that. How you say his name? They're not studying stuff like that. They're not studying the girl that won custody. It's this woman that just won custody of both her kids and unalived her kids. Did y'all see that one? What? What the hell? She says, I'm late, but want to say hi to everyone and welcome back. Amore, you look beautiful in your pictures. Thank you, Dreamer59. Yeah, so I think, I'm going to stay positive on this one, you guys. I do believe that he will get a fair trial. Now, if he don't, I'm going to eat my words. But I think he's going to get a fair trial, you guys. I think he's going to get a fair trial. I think it actually is going to leave a lot of people upset because they think that he's already, the way they talking like they're already trying to criminalize this dude and throw him in jail forever. And I just don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen at all. Now, I think at the most he'll get is manslaughter if he gets that. But I don't think he's going to get murder. If he does, I'm going to be, oh my God, jeez. But I don't think he's going to get murder. She said in certain states when it comes to race, in my opinion, they just want to bully in peace. That's right. They want to bully in peace. Those delusional people only want to hear about Bree all day and every day. They are obsessed with her. They are obsessed with her. They want to see one person fail. They want to tear one person down. She said, I'll be almost in tears hearing about this case. Oh, don't, Robbie. Don't be in tears. Now I'm gonna tell you the case that if I was a blogger, I would have been upset about, and that was the Trayvon Martin and Zimmerman case. Now that one right there, I just don't understand for the life of me how the hell he got off. Some of them don't act like. Some of them does act like if Bree Future passed through them doors, so them ready to judge her. Oh, you know what? I forgot you from the Caribbean because I was like, you talking like a Caribbean. You are. Did I hear that fishy call, Robert? Oh, yeah, she did. They even said the security guard said he was asking if it was okay. And he stabbed him in self-defense because he grabbed him. Oh, you mean not the security guards, but the police officers that was there on the scene? She said Trayvon Martin case made me so mad. I definitely cried at the end. Man, I couldn't understand that for the life of me. You hear me? I was like, how in the world? I just don't understand that for the life of me, how he got away with that. She said he got off due to the laws in Florida. Yes. Amore, what time are you coming back? I'm coming back at 10 o'clock only because his reduced bond hearing is at 9. And I understand it may take a couple of hours, but the bond hearing is at 9. So I kind of want to just give it a little time for them to have the hearing. And even if they don't release it, maybe they'll release it before I get off live. So I'll be back at 10 my time, which is in 3.5 hours. I'll be back. She said, I lost faith in the system with Breonna Taylor. But didn't they erase one of Breonna Taylor's, one of the guys, they arrested him? I think one of them in jail. Exactly. How did Zimmerman walk after what he did? But it's thousands of cases like that. Now the Zimmerman to me was it was crazy because like he was told, and it's funny because and it had to be Florida because Zimmerman walked, but another woman did the same thing that Zimmerman did, and her ass was found guilty. And I did the story on my YouTube. Let me tell you her name. She did the same shit. She followed a guy after being told not to follow him, and she popped him in the chest. And you know what? Her ass got life. It's a white lady. Let me tell you. I'll tell you her name in a minute. Her name was Samantha. Samantha Marion. Samantha Marion. She did the same thing that George Zimmerman did. She followed a guy after being told not to, and her ass is in prison. She said, no, his case was dismissed. They are going to retrial. Who? Who you talking about, beautiful butterfly? It was definitely Sanford, Florida. I was there dealing with Trayvon case. I was just with his mom, Sabrina, 2 weeks ago. Man, that case right there, man, that blew me. I was just like, it ain't wasn't no damn way. But you know what? You know what got me about the Zimmerman case? It wasn't even the fact that he won. It's the fact that he taunted the family afterwards, like you piece of shit human. You know what I mean? He's a piece of shit. He taunted the family. Which one you said no, his case was dismissed? They're going to retrial. Which one you talking about? Beautiful butterfly. Oh, his case was dismissed. They're going to retrial. Oh, the Breonna Taylor guy that got locked up. They turned so they found him guilty and then they turned around and dismissed it. What? Shit ain't so. I thought his ass was in jail. I was in the streets during that time, y'all, fighting the police and marching. I was in Baltimore and Ferguson and in Ohio. I was deep in the conscious community and in our community fighting. Oh wow. When he auctioned off the gun that he used on Trayvon on eBay and got all that money, I knew these motherfuckers are sick. He's done worse than that. Didn't he like draw pictures of him or some shit? And he sold quite a few things that had Trayvon Martin on there. Yeah, but some of these people crazy as hell. I'm talking crazy as hell. You hear me? She said, "You remember that old lady that shot at the door and killed that black lady?" Yup, the lady that shot at the door and killed that black lady. Her ass. She was 60 years old. They gave her ass. How many years they gave her? Like 20 or 30 years. She thought she was getting off too. The older lady, 60 years old. She tried to use self-defense, but the reason why she couldn't get self-defense because the girl didn't even put hands on her. They never found him guilty. It was dismissed. All cops did lose their jobs, but unfortunately, they can get. No, they found one of the cops guilty, but it wasn't necessarily for unaliving Breonna Taylor. They found him guilty for shooting in the apartment. I mean, excuse me. Yeah, shooting in the apartment. They found him guilty, didn't they? Hold on. Breonna Taylor. Breonna Taylor. One of the officers, Brett Hankinson, Hankison, was found guilty of violating Breonna Taylor's civil rights in a federal trial. Hankinson was found guilty of using excessive force during the 2020 police raid on Taylor's apartment that resulted in her death. The jury verdict came after a retrial following an early mistrial. Hankinson could face up to life in prison if convicted. Yeah, so he was found guilty. So one of the guys, I mean, it wasn't all of them, but one of the guys were found guilty. His name is Brett Hankinson. He was one of the officers that was found guilty because he shot in the place and one of the bullets went through the wall. And they said he could have unalived somebody in another apartment because he was reckless. So they found his ass guilty. Oh, George Zimmerman being in and out of jail. His day coming. had to go look. He was brought up for retrial in federal courts November 2024 and was convicted. Yes, ma'am, he was. No, he wasn't found guilty for unaliving her. No, but he was found guilty for violating her civil rights. He violated her civil rights by just, it says he was convicted of 1 count of civil rights abuse, count 1 charged with depriving Taylor of her constitutional rights when he fired 5 shots through a bedroom window that was covered with blinds and a blackout curtain. The jury found that he used a dangerous weapon in the commission of the offense and that his conduct involved an attempt to KI, although his shots did not strike her. So they found him guilty that, he was reckless. Of depriving her of her constitutional rights. But anyway, she said he was found guilty of shooting blindly. Yeah. Because who does that? Who fires into a window that has, blinds on there? You don't even see who you could have hit a freaking 90-year-old person, like a grandmother. He could have hit a baby. Like, he had no regards whatsoever. His ass should have been found guilty. You know what I mean? Like, who the hell do you think you are? Anyway, y'all, I'm about to hop off, but I love y'all, and I'm going to be back, okay? We're going to talk about this story. We're going to break it all the way down, all right? She said he is known around the city for always doing unlawful things to people and got away with it for years. Well, his ass didn't get away with it now. How many years they got him? Let me see. Isn't he waiting? Let me see. Is he waiting sentencing or have they already? No, he's awaiting sentencing. So I ain't no telling what's going to happen to him, but his ass is guilty. Shit. Damn, he almost unalived a 5-year-old child living next door. Wow, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. They pushed it back to July, so they're going to sentence him in July. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Hope they don't tear that damn city up no more. That's crazy. But anyway, I love y'all. Let me give a shout out to those that blessed me on this live stream. I will be back. Thank you, Lavette, so very much. Said good morning, help her more reach her goal. Thank you, Lavette. I appreciate you, Katina. I appreciate you so very much, Gloria. Appreciate you, Nico Black. Appreciate you, baby, from London. Lynn Ross, thank you, baby, so very much. Belinda, thank you for the night show. You are so welcome. Angie, appreciate you. Good morning. I am Glenn for real. Appreciate you. And we just going to call you Shell, girl, because I messed up your name. So thank you, Shell. Renita, thank you. Good morning. Beautiful Amore, you're looking stunning yesterday. Thank you so much. Debbie, appreciate you. That batch doesn't know if she's coming or going. That part. Yasmin, good morning, Amore in chat. Good morning, baby. Binky Bink, good morning. Good morning, good morning. And Benita, I'm glad you're back. You look beautiful, Amore. And at work. See you later. See you later, baby. And if y'all can't catch the live, my next live at 10, please come back and look at it because, I just want everybody to stay on top of this because, it's a conversation to be had. All right. So I love y'all. And Ruth Ann, I'm going to go look at what you put on your Facebook page as well, honey. So, yeah. But thanks a lot. I appreciate you guys so very much for pulling up. And let's talk later. Bye now.
Because they can't make $1 without mentioning down one of our names.
Yay! She kept talking about that family.
Hoes over there.
She kept talking about that family. 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 That family. She kept talking about that family. Talking about that family.
These motherfuckers don't be wanting to listen. Because they can't make $1 without mentioning down one of our